So, hello everybody. It is me, Demetra K, and I am sitting here with Donovan, the recovering Democrat Sadiq, also known as the Black Yule Brenner. Absolutely still bald. Will you ever grow any hair? That remains to be seen.
Well, actually, I just shaved it like yesterday, and it was long enough to roll a piece of rice.
So, did you just get the tweezers out and was like pluck pluck? I'm good for 3 years now. But anyway, thank you for being here, Donovan. I also want to say a big giant thank you, welcome, and hello to YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. You are the other side of the conversation. Not only are you just viewers, but you are family, and sometimes we share the link. All I ask is that if I've not seen you on here before and you have a picture instead of you, please show me your face so I can make sure that it's you and not somebody else. Also, like to ask if you have said the same thing over and over and over and over again. Please spare us unless you have something new to add. And if it does not pertain to what we are talking about, please do not click the link if we do share the link. Okay, what else? Did I leave anything else out? Oh, I'd like to also say the purpose of the Demetra K show is to promote Black love, knowledge, and understanding of all things that go on in the Black community to make us an even better people because we are great people. We can always strive to do better. Today, we are talking about the migrant influencer and something that he has been doing, and it's not good. Okay. So who else came on here before I give it to Donovan and have Sister Shirley? What's going on with you? Don't need no man. Stop telling me I do. I hope you're having a great day. Abdul, how you doing? I read your comment. I was like, now, what Trump got to do with this? But anyway, hey Corey, how you doing? Bobby, the Deacon, what's going on with you? DSB, I hope you're having a great day. Sagittarius, God is high. And Brother Don, I hope you're having a swell day. Miss Sweetheart, how you doing? Maureen, what's going on? Iron Will. Clifford, I hope you're having a great day. Your average logical thinker, what up? Hello, Michael. Mike Nice and Metamorphosis. I hope you all having a beautiful day. Donovan, what say you?
Hey, welcome you guys. It is 3 p.m. in California time, so that means it's Demetra K time. Welcome back, you guys. Great discussions we've had this last week. Really appreciate you guys tuning in and giving us your opinions and some of your facts that kind of put us on the spot because I thought I knew everything, and obviously I do not. But do us a favor. You see that scrolling banner at the bottom. If you want to give 100% of your donation to the content creator, that is the way you can do it. I heard Venmo's having some problems doing their thing. These scammers find so many ways of just stealing the money and not working for it. So again, Venmo's having some issues, but those are the ways you guys can contribute. Also, African Diaspora News Channel. Please download the app or sign up at on the YouTube page and become a member there. And that way we can talk about what we need to talk about, without having these trollers in there. If you're going to troll, at least you're going to pay to troll, you know what I mean? And do all these other things. And which brings up another point, Demetra. Isn't it funny that here we are having this discussion in regards to bettering ourselves, what we should do to be better people and to be better human beings and to be better to each other? Then you have these Democratic shills come in here trying to take the narrative, but yet there isn't an issue with the Black vote. Why are they trying so hard to listen to what we are saying? So before I give it back to Demetra, I want you guys to know on a national poll and some writing that I sent to Demetra and a lot of you ladies out there that got my email, the happiest place on the earth is not, and you see Demetra's eyes right there, is not Disneyland. Guess where it's at, you guys? It is the Dominican Republic. That is what some of these polls are saying. The happiest place on the earth right now, given everything that's going on, is the Dominican Republic. So little tidbit, and I'm very sure Demetra will talk on that and say something, because I sent that to her, and guess what I got, guys? Absolute silence.
Yeah, I saw it, and I went right back to sleep. I was like, I'm sure they interviewed a bunch of passport bros and they filled it out twice. Can I do it again? I want to, I'm so happy here. So, okay, we're going to take that with a grain of salt. But if you're happy, I'm happy. Nevertheless, let's get into it. And hello to everybody else that came on here. Brother Troy, what's going on with you? All right. So there's this thing called squatting, right? And we've been hearing and seeing a lot about it. Now, squatting is not new, okay? So for those of you guys who don't know what squatting is, it's basically living rent free in somebody else's house that you have no permission to be there, right? And so in a lot of cases, the houses are empty for whatever reason. Maybe the people went on vacation, maybe it's a vacation home, maybe it's empty, it's for sale, or they're trying to rent it, or what have you, right? And so a squatter sees the house and they break in there and then they stake claim. And then once the owner of the property finds out they're there, they'll say, hey, you need to leave, or they'll try to change the locks or call the police. And then the police will show up and ask the squatter, are you supposed to be here? Yes, I'm leasing it. And they'll say, okay, well, let me see your papers. And they're like, well, I don't have it, or I'm renting from somebody else, or something else. And then they'll tell the owner, well, and usually the litmus test too is they have to be there for 30 days. How they know if they're there for 30 days, I don't know. But if that's the case, the owner has to take them to court. And a lot of times they call it due process, right? And so in some cases, it takes the owner, landlord or whatever, 2 years to get these people out. And so in some cases, these people are living there rent free and all of that. Now, New York is having a really big issue with that because their tenants' rights laws, I guess, if you will, they're a little bit more lenient, and they were put into place because the landlords there are known to be very greedy and do shady things to their tenants. And so those particular laws there were put into place to actually protect the tenant. Unfortunately, squatters found loopholes. It's like, oh, okay, they'll have a hard time putting us out. They have to prove that we're not supposed to be there. And so it's actually happened all over the country. So this video that I'm about to show you is of a migrant. They call him the migrant influencer. His name is Lionel Moreno. He's actually, I guess, in Ohio, and he's giving other migrants the game. Check it out.
Que dice que si una casa no está habitada, podemos expropiarla.
Venezuelan national Lionel Moreno said that anyone can seize abandoned and disrepaired homes and lay claim to it, thereby greatly simplifying adverse possession laws. Moreno said he's thinking about making it his business and encouraged his fellow migrants to occupy empty houses.
Y es la única manera que tenemos para no vivir en la calle y no ser una carga pública.
Okay, so that was Lionel Moreno, and he's saying he gonna make it his business to tell other migrants on how to come to America and squat in other people's houses. Because basically what he was saying there is, if you guys are tired of being on the streets and being a public nuisance to those because you're homeless, well, I have a solution for you. And the solution is find a house that's empty, go take possession, and they can't kick you out due to the laws here in America. And so he also said that he's helped his African friends, and that's what he said, take over 7 houses so far. And so that is his mission, I guess. And so that particular video got like 4 million views. Sounds like he had maybe 1 million followers, but social media has since taken his pages down. And I guess he was somewhere boohooing and crying about his pages being taken down or whatever the case is. And y'all might remember a couple of months ago, there was a 15-year-old migrant from Venezuela as well, who tried to, kill a tourist in Times Square in New York. And they took him to jail, and he's going to be tried as an adult and all of that. And he was boohooing and crying. Well, this particular gentleman was like, we immigrants or migrants, however you want to call them, we need to stick together with him and help get him out, because it's not right that he's in there. And his mom is going through it and all those other things. And so when I look at a story like that, I think Black people need to know that. Why do Black people need to know about what's going on? Because what he is doing has only been made possible by the Democrats, okay? And who largely makes the Democrats possible? Well, it's the Black voter, right? They cannot get into office without Black people. Now, we are in election season now. There'll be an election in November. And guess what the majority of Black voters are going to do. I would like to remain hopeful and say that's not going to be the case, but the majority of Black voters are going to go to the booth and cast a vote, another one for Kamala and Joe, get them in for a second and final term, and they're going to do more of that. The open border policies are due to Biden because before he got into office, the borders were closed via Trump and Title 42. So they're open. It's a free for all. Everybody comes over here. I mean, even the migrant there, as bold as he is, he knows the laws and he's breaking them. And he knows that there's nothing anybody could do about it, at least for sometimes 2 years, right? So the American citizen is paying the price for that. You could very well leave for a couple of days and come back to somebody in your house. Now, there's been cases where a lady in New York, she went to jail because she tried to get them out. I guess another lady found some, I don't know if they're migrants, but squatters in the house, and they, deleted her because she wanted them out. And so this is a growing issue in America. But again, the migrants this is how you get a house, and they won't be able to do nothing to you. Donovan?
Yes. And before I go, you guys hit that like button on the way in. And if you're a first-time listener, please let us know where you guys are listening from. It's great to have you guys back. Salute to my man, DSB, my comrade in arms, always a big supporter of the military, even though you guys recently got kicked out of Africa. Learned that on the African Diaspora News channel, by the way. So all that tax dollars gone after building an airfield and everything over there in Niger. But anyway, if you guys have noticed, I put up Article 6 of the Bill of Rights. And what does Article 6 say? Let's look it up real quick here. That's the 5th article. Article 6, the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrants shall be issued. Fundamental right within the Constitution. This is why when the police show up, they can't really do anything because it's a civil matter. Without proof of anything, it's a civil matter. They can't go in there and just throw those people out. So you got to really understand your rights. So if I sit here and I've got possession is 9/10 of the law, I would have to go to court to prove without a reasonable doubt that that is my possession. Now, you could be the homeowner and have all your papers right there. You got to remember, 6 months, and in some cases, 18 weeks of police academy doesn't make you a lawyer. So the police show up, they don't know what's what. We don't know if this is a fake lease. They don't know. It becomes a civil matter. That's why it's so important. You got to know your rights and whatever. And then even though I am very fluent in karate and some people are very fluent in kung fu, this is why I keep telling you guys, you have to be proficient in gun fu sometimes in defense of your homes, and get that out there. But this stuff here it's really to the extreme. And this is a policy. And Demetra, I'm kind of glad you said that, because again, you're going to have a bunch of, especially the older crowd, our older, seasoned people, not all of them, but we know who we're talking about. They're going to vote Democrat no matter what. They don't care about their grandkids. They don't care about the next generation. They're going to vote Democrat. But you guys are seeing the Democratic playbook and policy unfold right in front of your eyes. It's unfolding right in front of your eyes. They don't care if you as a Black person abide by the law. Number one, how do you give rights to a person that's not even a citizen of your country? Go to another country and say, I have rights over here, and see what happens to you. Go to any country in the world, and I've traveled to a lot of them, and you go there and say, I have rights. Yeah, you have human rights, but you don't have rights to as a citizen in that country. So you can't go and get a house. You can't go anything that ascribes to a civilian and a citizen. A legal citizen, that is for a legal citizen, not an illegal citizen. But see, this is the Democrats right off the bat telling you it doesn't matter. If you're Black, we want you to uphold the law as it is so we can keep you at the bottom. but we could bring in all these other people and we're going to put them above you and they're going to have more rights than you do. Because I want you guys to think about that. As bad of a position Black people are in this country, if we went out and started squatting in mansions, in homes, even the homes that are newly being built, if we started doing that, what the hell do you think would happen to you? Do you think they're going to apply squatters' rights to your claim as a Black person? No, the police are going to come there and drag your Black asses out. Straight up. Why do you think we have so many Black people that are sitting on the concrete floors in these major cities if it was so easy just to go squat? If you're a Black person, they're going to get you out of there immediately. Damn the law, damn your squatters' rights. You have no business being in there, but you got these other people coming here, illegals coming here, and just circumventing the law. I want you guys to go to another country and just go circumvent their law and see what happens to you.
And hello to everybody that came on here. And I saw somebody else too say, why are you calling them migrants and not, illegal aliens? It's just a little bit more palatable for YouTube and other platforms, if that makes any sense. There's rules and stuff we got to abide by. So I hope that helps. King Azrael, hope you're doing well. And 48 TCO, what's going on with you? He says he's doing all he's doing is showing people how to get on a live. I'm sorry. There'll be DOA. Yeah, and there's quite a few squat busters, I don't know, groups that are starting to spring up. They're saying, hey, we'll get them out for you. And so I guess, that would probably be very lucrative. The only thing is with that is you mess around with one of those groups and, end up going to jail because unfortunately right now, squatters have rights and it's kind of looped into the tenants' rights things, right? So yeah, it's going to get very dangerous because now it's starting to, I seem like, happen even more. And people aren't going to be putting up with that. And it's like everybody ain't going to just be all right with, well, I guess I got to take you to court, get my house back. For one thing, that's very expensive. Have to sue somebody in court, and then they get all these continuances, and you got to make sure A, B, C, and D, and all the. Meanwhile, you're paying the mortgage if it ain't already paid off, and God forbid when they leave, they probably done destroyed your house. So it's just a nightmare. But I would imagine a lot of people are going to be afraid to go on vacation or leave their house vacant now because you don't know who's watching. And maybe if you put like an ad in the newspaper or something, hey, house for rent, which is probably how, they're finding out about some of these vacant houses, and they kick the door in, having to get in there, and the rest is history. Alonzo, how you doing? And Easy, what's going on? He says, give them rights. I saw, oh yeah, they're going to give them pew-pews. Yeah, I heard that as well. And Suki B, how you doing? He says, the baby boomers have failed us. Now it's time to take control. Oh Lord, y'all trying to start that again. And Brina, he says, you guys and other Black media have been doing an amazing job on educating Blacks. I hope I have hope for this election. Absolutely. And that's all we could do is really just keep talking. Hopefully somebody will listen, right? And Facts Not Feelings. He said, Dems want whole hog when it comes to screwing over the Black economy. It looks like they're getting that too, right? And Miss Sweet Talk says, USA as a corporation filled with consumers, stop spending money, stop going to work, stop stimulating their economy. And yes, we're starting to see actually a few of those boycotts starting to work. The Kellogg's is being boycotted because the CEO was like, well, people are broke. They can eat cereal for dinner. And so that boycott is working. I've seen people going to the store they're saying buy 3 or 2, get 3 free. So Kellogg is really hurting. Starbucks is hurting due to what's going on at the Gaza Strip. And Planet Fitness, they going to be hurting too. Because a woman went into the women's restroom and saw a dude up in there who I guess said he was trans, but he ain't had no wig and nothing on, right? He just up in there. And there was a 12-year-old, I guess, in there at the same time. And she shot a video in there, and Planet Fitness put her out. And so now everybody's talking about they're canceling their membership. And so we're starting to see the American people say, you know what? If y'all not going to abide by what the American people want, then we'll just stop, right? We'll stop spending or whatever it is. So you're absolutely right. Miss Sweet Talkins, right? How you doing? And Easy says, don't know how true it is, but they were on here talking about migrants having access to weapons. I don't know how true that is. I wouldn't doubt it, as we did here. The 15-year-old that I just mentioned there in Times Square, tried to take out a tourist. So he's now being tried as an adult.
Yeah, I think what they're alleging is recently an Obama-appointed judge has ordered that migrants have a right to the Second Amendment, which is bullshit because if you're not a citizen, you don't have a right. So I hope somebody's going to appeal that.
Yeah. So, I mean, anything's possible, right? And Rock Bush, how you doing? Lynette, what's going on with you? All right. So let's see here. Maya Sisters, how you doing? Says Donovan, military veteran. What do you think about requiring immigrants to register for the selective service if they're awarded privileges of citizenship? Why not obligation?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think that's always been an effect. Or there was a lot of immigrants that come here and fight from the inception of this country. They come in here and fight, and then that's a faster way to citizenship. So they're incentivizing them to do that. Matter of fact, there is a bunch of military people. I can only speak for California, but even friends that I know of, Marines, that are stuck over the border in Mexico because they're not legal citizens in the United States, but they were Marines and they fought in Iraq. And these guys are going through the court system right now, which I think is a travesty, to enjoy some of their rights and benefits, why they should get citizenship. I mean, these guys put their life on the line. They fought for the country. To me, this is one way. If you want to become a citizen here, it should put you on the fast track. I'm not saying you jump the line, but it puts you on a faster track than somebody who doesn't serve. But right now, if you guys, a lot of people don't know this, there's a lot of veterans in Germany, in Canada, and all these other people that aren't United States citizens, but they fought in the United States military and they are being left overseas.
Absolutely. Michael, how you doing? And forgive me for coughing on you guys. I'm, believe it or not, still getting over this flu. I've had it for like 2 weeks now. It's the craziest thing. You say this is pure insanity and completely illegal. Well, they found the loophole, and it sounds like in some regards it's legal, right? Because they're doing it again under tenants' rights. So they're just finding loopholes and causing people nightmares of just moving into their house. I mean, even going to jail because you don't want you're trying to put somebody up out of your house. That's the insane part, right?
Yeah, and let me just say this. Now, you guys notice in some press shows, I'm always harping on the women that are leading their families to hey, I don't agree with it, but that's not for me to make neither here nor there. But if you're a woman and you're leading your family, you also got to protect your family. And so I've been telling a lot of women to go get weapons or whatever they need to do to defend themselves. You cannot go into a migrant and talk about, well, I want you out. Blah, 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 blah. Sometimes some people, when they see that you're an armed person or somebody who is serious about your business and you mean what you say, they will just take it based on that and leave. Now, just speaking for myself, every now and then I will go out with my weapons as I'm cleaning them or whatever I'm doing, and I'll go talk to my neighbors sitting in my yard, which is legal. You do not need a permit to be on your property with an armed weapon, at least in California. And I let them know, it is known in my community that if you go to Donovan's house, there might be some problems if you come down there with it. And this is the type of the attitude you should have. So like whenever I leave to go to the DR overseas for an extended period of time, number one, nobody really knows if I'm gone or home because I don't park my car outside where people can kind of see, well, he's home, he's not home, he's home, he's not home. I park my car in the garage where it's supposed to be, the little place for the car home. It's called a garage. I park my thing there so nobody knows if I'm home or not. But the point is that people do know whatever you do, just don't go down and mess with that guy's house.
JJ, how you doing? Says the last 10 years, Black Americans have had to learn a hard lesson in political reality, and many still have not learned anything. Yeah, there's a lot of people still, caping for the Democrats. Oh, we can't have Trump in there. We need to go vote. If you don't vote and you're voting for Trump, it's like, oh my God, with all this information out there, how are you still so ignorant? Honestly, but the scary thing is, I mean, what if you just like went to the grocery store or something, right? I don't know, or out of town for the weekend and you show up, somebody that commandeered your house, like, who's to say, right? I mean, I've been here for 30 days or whatever the case is. It's just scary to think that somebody could do that to you. Imagine how many people have an empty home somewhere and they're like sitting on pins and needles, wondering if somebody's gonna, squat up in there. It's just the craziest thing. Mr. Power Tool, how you doing? Says exactly, play stupid game, win stupid prizes. Yep. And Facts Not Feeling says, I'm very proud of you, Donovan. Flex that Second Amendment. Gerard, how you doing? Long time no see. And Rock Bush, they say calling illegal immigrants is trick bag language. Watch and see. Okay. Metamorphosis says, I love Nevada laws. We don't have time for the dumbness. We got stand your ground, open and carry, capsule doctor. Love it. You know, most states have all of that as well, but they unfortunately do have those squatters' rights. You know, even somebody who's not squatting, let's say you have a tenant and they haven't paid their rent in a while. They know it's due process. You can't just put them out. You got to get them, 3-day notice of quit. And then after that, you got to take them to court and then they can, get a continuance or whatever the case is. It could be months, even years before you put people out of your house. And so, yeah, I'm wondering, do they get the memo when they're in, let's say, Venezuela somewhere? America, they have all these houses that are empty and all you got to do, because the law says, so they go up in there and set up shop. And there's a lot of people, whether you like it or not, or know it or not, I should say, that are very sympathetic to migrants. Oh, it's not right. They're coming over here. They're escaping, political asylum or whatever. And so we need to help them. Where are they supposed to sleep? And it's like, you got homeless Americans. Hell, there in Florida, Ron DeSantis just signed a law saying that homeless people cannot sleep in public. So it's like, well, ain't outside public, so where they supposed to sleep? So,
and then isn't it funny how these bleeding hearts, oh, these people, whatever, oh my God, we've got these bleeding liberals and these super Christians, whatever they call themselves. Oh my God, whatever the deal is, Haitians are coming over here and sending them right back. You don't see one word about how they're treating the Haitians and why they should stay here, even though the Haitians have a better excuse for asylum than anybody else coming here. They have it under they had an earthquake, humanitarian, and political assassination and violence in their country. We see it on TV right now, African Diaspora News Channel app. You can see it right then and there. But notice that these people, oh my God, people need a place to stay. Well, where's all that bleeding heart stuff for the Black Haitians? Where's all that bleeding stuff for the Haitians? See, that's when you know they're full of crap.
Maya, I did see that. You said, did you see can't show that video, but I did see the video of the sister, you said, handling her business when a migrant tried to steal her purse. Black woman beat the male migrant, got her purse and made him apologize. Oh yeah, she had him in a headlock and everything. She was like, bam, 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 because I guess he was on some sort of a scooter or something, and he was trying to ride by, I guess, and snatch her purse. Well, she let him know, you won't be doing that. When I say that butt whooping went on for over 2 minutes, he was like, I'm sorry. I was like, that's what he get, right? But I was wondering, how come nobody helped her? Maybe they was like, oh, she don't need no help, but she let him know, you won't be doing that to me. So yeah, I did see that. Let's see here. Michael says the Democrats are giving big corporations a green light to overwork Americans to death and withhold their wages for overtime.
Well, Michael, you got to remember, it's not just the Democrats. Both parties are corporate and they secure their corporate interests. If you look at there's a website where you can look at it. I forgot the name of it at the top of my head. But my point is, both parties are corporatists, both of them. See, that's the trick bag. It's the good cop, bad cop. Oh, look, they're doing the exact same thing, but no, they're the bad guy. Oh, no, they're the bad guy. Oh, no, they're the bad guy. They're both doing the same exact thing. And we're not seeing that both of these parties, especially when it comes to Black people, are doing us no good. It's, oh, I'm going to get Biden in and he's going to do. How many of you guys know people that were like, woo, after Biden got elected, they're over there dancing and, oh, yeah, we got Trump out. Woo, woo, woo. Now they see what Biden is doing and they're like, oh, my God, oh, Lord, oh, my God. They don't know what to do now. See, that's the trick. Both parties uphold white supremacy. Once we understand that, then maybe we could be better voters.
Absolutely. Black America, you're talking about nobody likes Haiti. When you say nobody, do you mean you? Is that who you're talking about? I mean, clearly there's people who like Haiti. Judge Dreads, how you doing? Let's see here. Iron Will.
Let me tell you something. There's some fine women in Haiti. I mean, there's some fine people in Haiti as well. Wyclef Jean, he's of Haitian descent, right?
Yeah, Wycliffe. He tried to run for president, I think, at one point in time as well.
And I think Lauryn Hill, she's of not Haitian, but I think her mom or dad or one of them is like of that descent, whatever. But anyway.
Yeah, it's possible. Iron Will says his government knows allowing non-Black people to flood the country means they don't have to worry about a Black conscious mindset. The more Latinos and Asians, the more allies for white supremacy. Well, Joe Biden told the Black misleadership when he was president-elect. Remember that Zoom meeting he had where he told them straight up, there's going to be more of them over here by the year 2040. So y'all need to learn how to get along with them, you know? So that it was, he said it and he meant it, and we're seeing it unfold before our very eyes.
And I want you guys to think about this. Do you really think that this wasn't by design? Did Tyson Food just now fire American citizens to hire at $3? What did it say, Demetra? $3 and something cents illegal migrants plus give them health care?
I think they're getting $16.50. They're getting $16.50
or something like. But technically, they don't even have to give them that. They don't even have to give them that because they're not citizens. They're not unionized. You don't think that this was not the plan? That 500,000 Venezuelans were legalized by Joe Biden. And guess who's jumping on all of this stuff? The corporations. This is free, cheaper labor. So I don't know if you guys saw this video. I don't know if you saw it, Demetra, where there was a conversation going on a podcast. And the lady got up, the Chicago lady, it was about Chicago. And she was like, and the guy asked her, did you vote for Joe Biden and what's going on? Well, yeah, I voted for Joe Biden. He says, well, you're the problem. Yeah. And that's what it comes down to. We really got to look at ourselves and say, are we going to be here to survive? Because notice the things that we need, and we've been talking about reparations, housing, mental health, whatever it is that Black people need. Where are the other groups to stand with us? Where are they? Where's Maxine Waters and the CBC and all these older folks? They don't give a damn about us. We're out here on our own, you guys. You know when you like in the movie Titanic and you go overboard and you need a lifesaver? Our Black leadership does believe in lifesavers, the one that comes out of their pocket and they pluck into their mouths, and that's what they're giving us, lifesavers.
Yuck. Lillian say, Haiti, when is y'all election? Sounds like they were already supposed to have one, and that's kind of where the point of contention is Ariel Henry, the last president that just resigned. Sounds like he wasn't trying to have an election. He was, citing, we want to make sure it's fair and there's no interference and things like that.
He's been doing that for 3 years.
Yeah, ever since the last president, Jovenel Moise, I think that's how he said, he was assassinated. But so that's where barbecue and the gangs come in. They're like, nah, you getting up out of here, okay? You're not going to just have no dictatorship and be up in here just as long as you want to. And so the United States are trying to have a conversation about how Haiti is going to move forward with the election process, and barbecue and them are saying, you ain't moving forward without our input. We want the type of government we want, not one that services y'all, white supremacy, or anybody else. It's going to be the way we want. Otherwise, it's going to be more unrest. And unfortunately, that's what's going on. So, yeah. Will they have another election? I don't think it's going to be no time soon. Okay, so let's see here. In Tidbits, how you doing? It says, no one will appeal. We've got no smart Black lawyers. There's some out there, but unfortunately, a lot of them are about this. I'm not saying lawyers shouldn't be about money because that's what they, are in business for, right? But you have a lot of them who become ambulance chasers, if you will. So, in fact, my feeling says, fun fact, white nationalist parties, the Dominican Republic celebrate independence from Haiti and not Spain. Yes, you read that right, Lord. And Ais, how you doing? Where you been? He says the U.S. is a corporation. Yes, indeed. And your average logical thing, it says $16 an hour is good money for a non-citizen, in my opinion. Yeah, because they know how to put that money together, right? And practice group economics, wash, rinse, and repeat. And pretty soon they're going to be owning their own Tyson chicken factory. So that's how you do it.
Well, it's not even that too, Demetra. And you made great points with that. But think about it. If you were paid $16 an hour, you right now, we're paying $16. If I paid you $8 an hour and I'm providing for your housing and your food, that's still good money. That's still good money.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, 16. And especially where was it at? Is it was it Tennessee, or I guess I don't forget where it is now, but somewhere in the South, and a couple other places. That's still pretty decent money, where the minimum wage is still like $7.25 nationally. So just about double or more.
Yeah. What's your biggest expense when it comes to living? Where you live. Where you live. Do you know when our parents were coming up, you could afford to buy a house based on 25% of your income. That's if you can take 25% of your income and make the mortgage payment, whatever, that was a good house. That was a good house. Now, some people are paying a third of their income on housing, if not more. Some people are paying half.
More than 50% of
You're not going to make it.
Yeah.
You're not going to make it.
JJ says our Black leaders are only employees of the GOP Democratic Party. They take their orders from them, not the people who voted for them. Yeah, and it's supposed to be the other way around, right? They're supposed to go to serve, not be of service. You know what I mean? So absolutely right. All right, and Barry, how you doing? Says NYC has lots of FBA population. They do. I guess New York City is sort of like a giant melting pot, right, where everybody is. I guess sort of like the rest of the country, but probably more so there. Renee, how you doing? He says, we were brought here as slaves. Now the Democrats are showing us who they consider citizens, and it's not Black people. Well, I mean, has that ever really been the case? They've told us that, but, it's not what you say to us, it's how you treat us. And they haven't been treating us like that at all. And Meb, how you doing? Says they are starting to send a lot of tech remote jobs to India, Target, Home Depot, etc. Oh, absolutely. And Kelvin, rather, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. Mr. Coffee, what's going on? So it's Iowa. Yeah, that's Iowa. So I don't know what the cost of living is there, but I imagine it's a lot cheaper than California or New York. And yes, Judge Dredge, you said that's what you call group economics. That's what they're going to do, put their money together. And Michael, you said, Demetri and Donovan, most restaurants pay waiters and waitresses below $7.25 an hour. Yeah, they're hoping that they're going to get tips. And so that's supposed to put them over that. And unfortunately, it doesn't always work out that way. Joey, if I didn't already, how you doing? It says, here in the state of Florida, squatters don't have to be in your home more than 3 days. The squatters' rights become prevalent around there. 3 days? 3 days? I mean, why not just give them the house? That's crazy. And Black America says, DR, Cuba, Puerto Rico, none of them want Haiti people there too. Yeah, that is true. But that don't mean that there are unwanted people. You know what I mean?
And the reason why the Dominicans and the Haitians do, have this kind of bias is because of the history of the Hispaniola. There was a war. Haiti invaded the Dominican Republic, treated them really bad, and vice versa. Then you had the European powers in there and all this other stuff. Right now, which is why the Dominica is building a wall to stop the Haitians from coming in. Basically, what's happening here in America, the Dominicans don't want Haitians taking jobs from Dominicans when there's barely any jobs to begin with. So it's deep.
Yes, indeed. And let's see here. Brother Abdul, you say, I got a question to ask you. Do you think they will ever pay reparations? I think so. I think they'll pay once we really, as Black people, get on, Black Americans, that's a shame, get on code, get on the same page that says, no matter what, we're going to stick together like everybody else does. But see, the problem is we have such a schism in our community about everything. You name it, there's a schism. Even some Black people think, well, we don't deserve reparations. Yeah. And so once we get on the same page, I think we'll most definitely get reparations. But we don't have much time to try to do that. Time is really almost up for us as Black people here in America, unfortunately.
Yeah, and we have to understand reparations could only be cash payments. You got a lot of people, free education for 20 years. I want a tax exemption. That's not reparations, because if I'm a rich person like me, I'm a veteran, I'm tax-free based on my status and whatever deal is. So giving me free tax breaks is not going to solve it for me. Demetri already has an education. So you're taking her reparations away from her. That's why it has to be cash payments. That way, if you need an education, you can go buy yourself an education. I already have a house, so you can't give me a house. So if you need a house, you can go buy yourself a house, so on, so forth. It has to be cash payments only, period.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. We don't want to hear about no education, none of that other stuff. Yeah, absolutely. And Benito, welcome to the chat. You say bring in more migrants. We say no, we got enough. And St. Michael of Cigarello, how you doing? He says squatters should have no rights at all, right? But they do. It falls under the tenants' right. And Marjorie, how you doing today? And let's see here. And Quincy says at this point, the couch is out the question. We got to vote Trump and get Biden out. And some people are starting to shift toward that, saying, no, I'm not going to stay home. I'm actually going to go in there and make an active, intentional decision to vote for Trump. And if you want to do that, that is surely your right. And Potent Pondering says Haiti does not like Wyclef. He stole a lot of money. Do the research, recovering Democrat. Yeah, so that I did hear as well when he was running for president, and when the earthquakes and all that other stuff happened. It seems like, unfortunately, a lot of people do go over there and take advantage of what's left in Haiti.
Yeah, but and I responded to that comment. All I said was he's of descent. I already know what Wycliffe has done. So how did we get to? I need to do my research. All I said was, wasn't he of Haitian descent? That's all I said.
That's all you said. Okay, so let's see. Let's skip on down. And Cooking with Miss D. How you doing? You say before those hateful devils pay Black people any reparation, they will burn this country down. Well, they're going to harm themselves too. I mean, they just passed a was a $1.2 trillion spending package to keep the government open, and continuously trying to, anyway, at this point, give more money to other countries and things like that. And so for them to keep saying that they don't have the money to give Black people is obviously a lie, right? Because if they're printing more money to help everybody else, well, surely they can help Black people. So we need to really, put the pressure on that. And Alonzo says the military missed its recruiting goal by 7,000. We have grown beyond minimum wage, and the corporations have purchased the government. Both sides, this government is showing that no one matters at this point. You think?
Don't worry about that shortfall, though, because they're asking retirees and veterans to come back in and, do the shortfall, even though we got millions of young people on marijuana and drugs, and they don't want to put their part, but they're going to ask me to come back and do, no, it's not going to happen.
Me too?
No, we don't want you back. Please, no. Please, no.
DSB says for them to say we don't deserve reparations, check all their checks. I said checks, all take their checks. I think maybe that's what you're trying to say. And let's see here. Facts Not Feelings says cash payment is the only option. Yes, indeed. Trish, how are you? And Easy says I'll take cash and land, because without cash, land is useless to maintain. You're absolutely right. Valerie, how you doing? Says, well, most of the DR not like Black people anyway. They are a strange group of Black people. Listen, I was over there.
Not true. I'm a mayor. Not true.
The mayor of Sasua don't count, brother. The mayor of the Stroll don't count. Okay. I would say, yeah, the Dominicans don't really cut for Black people as much as they own. I guess y'all know my story. My daughter and I, we're very chocolate people. I'm chocolate. We almost got snatched up. They thought we was Haitians, and they tried to kidnap us off the street. Like literally. They was going to throw us in the back of a deportation van until they found out we were Americans. So no, they don't. I mean, even some places we went, they looking and all that. I'm like, ugh.
See, okay, look, let's be real about this. See, Demetra's not telling you guys the whole story. Number one, she's over there with her little green bottles trying to bless the island and the stroll and all that other stuff. We don't want to be saved, okay? Number one, we don't want to be saved. And number two, they see a beautiful woman like Demetra and her daughter over there. They thinking that she's coming over there to clean up and work. They want her up off the island.
And I was like Aunt Esther and her homegirls, You got to, what you sinners? What you doing over here? Toting my Bible with my dress all the way up to here, my hat and gloves. I'm telling your wives. Yes, Donovan has a show, and a link to his show is in the description box. So y'all going over to his channel and subscribe. He be on there talking some good stuff. And let's see here. And Judge Dredge says, but I think we will get it voting, marching. I don't think, rather, we'll get it marching and praying. All them days is over with. Easy says Trump going to pull a 180 once he get in office. He might. But as he said, my African Americans, what do you have to lose? And I mean, I think he's asked a pretty good question.
Wait. Here's my question with that statement. What does Trump promise Black people? He hasn't promised us nothing. He hasn't promised us a damn thing. I would rather deal with somebody that gives me an expectation of nothing than somebody that says, you give me the Senate, I'll give you qualified immunity. I'll do this. I'll do that. I'll give you $2,000. I'll do this. I mean, who would you rather deal with? No expectations, or somebody who made all these promises and didn't fulfill any of them? Well, what would you do, Demetra?
I mean, no, that's a good point. What did he actually say? He promised us that he was going to do. I mean, hell, even when Warnock and Ossoff was in Georgia and they were trying to get into the Senate, Biden stood up there and says, if you get them into the Senate, you vote for them, the checks are going to roll off immediately. And then he reneged on that, talking about, oh, I know why I said 2,000, but listen, y'all already got some money from Trump. So I'm just going to put in the part that he didn't give y'all. So just straight out lied. And how about this? My African Americans, you've had my back, and I'm going to have your back. And then he got in the office on Zoom and they cussed out the leadership of the Negroes. Just cussed them out.
And then the 8% of Asians in this country, he gave a bill that protects them as individuals and people. He gave LGBT, a minority group, a bill that protects them as people. He gave dreamers, people who aren't citizens that were brought here, but with their parents breaking our laws, he gave them protection. Everybody benefited off of our vote but us. And you mean to tell me, what did Trump promise us? Exactly. He didn't promise us nothing. So I don't expect nothing. But when somebody promises me something, I expect something.
Absolutely. Easy says, see, the darker you are, they instantly assume you're Haitian. Yeah. Now, at that time, too, I had just got done tanning on the beach. So I was really brown and all that. I'm not usually this light. Okay. I'm a Southern California girl. And being out here in Texas, I don't go outside much, but I was outside tanning yesterday because I'm trying to, get my tan back. My God, I can see the veins in my legs. And it's like, nevertheless, yeah, they was trying to snatch a sister up off the street.
That was not it. Fellas, if you ever go to the beach with Demetra, let me tell you something. Ass prints in the sand, okay? When she walks, ass prints dragging in the sand. It ain't even footprints, it's ass prints, okay? They wanted her off of that beach and out of the country because everybody was heading toward her. Everybody was heading toward her. I mean, it was like, every time I look, what's his name in South Africa?
Sweet Potato.
Sweet Potato was on her. I was walking one time early in the morning by myself. He was like, "What is Demetra?" Everybody was loving Demetra. Everybody. I'm like, "Oh Lord, Jesus Christ." She's still asleep because Demetra did a lot of sleeping in South Africa.
Yeah, that time travel messed me up. Okay, I had people calling, "What are you doing? Get out there and take some pictures and videos." I'm like, "Well, you travel it was a 32-hour freaking ordeal to get there." Okay, I was tired.
Yeah, it was about 23 hours one way.
It was a long ass time. Okay. And St. Michael says Haiti is a violent place. You can't blame Dominicans for not wanting them in the Dominican Republic. They are looking out for their own population first. Nothing wrong with that. I agree with that. I mean, I'm not saying that they should be able to go over there. It'd just be nice if Haiti was stabilized. But there's a lot of people who are complicit in the destabilization of Haiti, France, Germany, and America to be one of it. So no, I'm not saying it's the Dominicans' problem. So I totally get it, right? But they share an island together. Eventually, if things get too bad there in Haiti, where do you think they're going next? It's the closest to them, right? So
yeah, and here's a funny thing. Because they're so close, depending on what side of the island you are, whatever, it is very hard to tell a Dominican from a Haitian. I mean, other than the ones that are like really dark and like, have the African features, it is very hard to tell a Dominican from a Haitian. Because remember my friend, Madi Ramirez?
Yes.
She was a dark Dominican, but if you're looking at her, I would have thought she was a Haitian. Me personally, I would have thought she was a Haitian. So, these people have a lot of commonality on their island. So,
yeah, but for whatever reason, they didn't see her as a threat. They didn't see you as a threat or whatever. For whatever reason, my daughter and I mean, it was probably like 5 or 6 of them that surrounded us, right? They were getting ready to snatch us up just out of nowhere. They came from out of nowhere. And, it was pretty scary. And I really didn't want to tell them, get your hands up, unhand me. But, you don't want to get too froggy in somebody else's country. I only had like a day left so I could go back home. And I was treading lightly because guess what? My black ass was going back home. Because one thing you did not want my daddy to do was a Liam Neeson talk about, oh, you took my baby and my grandbaby. Bet. I'll be over there.
Do you guys want to know what's crazy? Here's what's crazy. My grandmother on my mother's side, her last name is Batiste. So if and I don't know the history, whatever, but I would assume I have Haitian descent in my family, having the name Batiste in there, and my grandmother is a dark woman. But they surrounded Demetra in there.
I was not minding my Black American business, waiting for the Uber to show up and, oh man, you just don't know. I don't like people I don't know putting their hands on me. And he had a firm grip too. Where's your ID? Where's your passport?
And by the way, a man told Demetra, you keep your passport with you at all times, right?
But this is the thing, though. This is my tissue because, I'll be having some issues, okay? This is the thing. They didn't know I didn't have my passport. And that was the only time that I did that. You know why? I have my ID. But
because you were defying what a man told you to do. I told you.
Nah, it was because I didn't want to lose my passport on the beach or something like that.
Give it to me and I will be responsible for it. But you are to keep your passport with you because I said so.
So them heifers could pick your pockets while you sugar daddy in?
Wasn't going to happen. Wasn't going to happen. Again, this is a prime example, fellas, of these women getting out of pocket and not following man's leadership, right? That's what could happen to you.
That didn't have beep to do with it at all. Nothing at all. Not one thing at all. In fact, they didn't even know if I had my passport or not, because it was a Dominican woman who ran from across the street, and she had the rah-rah. She's like, don't touch them. They're Americans. Leave them alone. And then they was like, oh, of course, when they heard me speak, they was like, oh, okay, yeah. And they kept it pushing. And mind you, they had a whole bunch of other Haitians in the back of that truck.
Sugarcane truck. It was a sugarcane truck.
Yeah, it was like it had like a jail on wheels is what it was, crazy. Hey, Keisha, how you doing? Long time no see. Says Demetrius correct. The DR is a racist country. It is. I'm telling you, it is. Very racist. Now, y'all don't be listening to Donovan. I don't be doing that on the beach.
It's true. Ass prints in the sand, fellas. I was like, what is going on here? I said, where are your footprints? I was walking behind Demetra. I was, where are your footprints?
No.
And look, and when you go to the beach with Demetra, she always has a book and her little shorts.
And I'm going to fall asleep and I'm going to be burnt like a lobster. Until dog, you say that this starts at the local level. Find every Black politician in your state, especially in the Boule. Demand reparations if they don't provide it. Don't vote for them. It's really that simple, right? They be, I'm gonna get in there. I'm gonna do it. And then when they get in there, well, what happened was, I'm gonna do it, but just gotta give me a little bit of time. Give you a little bit of time to get your ass up out of here. That's what's gonna happen. And Tara Toy, how you doing? Says Haitians are great, kind, and hardworking people. Shows us a grace. I agree. I can't ever say that I've met a horrible Haitian. I've not had that experience. In fact, when I was in the DR, the Haitian people that I did come across, have a conversation with, very lovely, humble, nice people. I honestly could say that, especially opposed to that of the Dominicans. The Dominicans was kind of like, the Haitians, very lovely people. No, I cannot say I had a bad experience with Haitian people. So I agree with you, Tara. And let's see. Let me skip on down. I know I'm behind. Yeah, Miss Sweet. My dad would do a Liam Neeson. He'd be on the next thing smoking, trying to get his baby. More Sam, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Joey says, one thing the old man didn't say is that if you scratch my back, I'll scratch your back. He says, I got your back. Yeah, and what does that mean, right? We didn't ask him to define it. And Black America says we can really tell the difference in Asians as Black Americans. I could tell the difference between Asians, if you will, like Koreans, Vietnamese, Chinese, Japanese. I could tell. Lillian says Haitians need to take the DR back. You never know, right? And Valerie says, the French were also slave owners in Louisiana. So Donovan, your French could come from there. Absolutely. Easy says D, they purposely and economically deprive the country from self-preservation to stabilize government, and it's the people's fault. A lot of hands in Haiti demise. Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. But people don't want to tell that story, right? All the people who helped Haiti get that way. But one thing people leave off with the conversation about Haiti is that I think they were probably the first and only group of Black people in the world that got free from their masters on their own will. It wasn't no Emancipation Proclamation. They took their freedom, right? They was like, oh, okay, bet. So that you have to give them their credit for that. Mike Nice, he lying. Ain't nobody dragging no wagon nowhere. Benito, you said, Dimitri, your co-host must have had his job taken by a migrant before the hate is real. Well, when you say job, my good friend here's job has been in the military 24 years, 16 tours of duty, retired as a major. So if you're talking about that job, I don't know what job you're talking about. Ain't nobody took his job, but as a one who fought for this country, I fought too, but in my own way. But as one who fought for this country, Donovan, I mean, I think he should have any say so as much as anybody as to whether migrants should come over here and get what he had to work for and damn near give his life at least 16 times. That's almost unheard of, somebody doing 16 tours of duty. So don't you think he should have a say so? I'm just asking.
But again, like I said, I don't know the other person's status. It's always people who've never put their lives on the line other than bullshit. I'm going to join a gang. I'm going to do this. You don't get no benefits from no damn gang. But anyway, it's always the people who will not give their life for this country that want to enjoy the benefits of the country. If it wasn't for people like me, a lot of the people would be speaking Russian and Spanish right now. You'd be speaking that. And there wouldn't be any universal health. There wouldn't be any welfare system or anything like that to help you out. Go to the Dominican Republic and Haitian and see how those people are living. That's what America would be like. Because guess what? If you ain't getting it, you ain't making the right decisions, it is what it is. Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, so, and thank you to your service to all you vets out there. Judge Dredge says, I'm a vet too. Yes, thank you, Frank. He says, I thank you for serving the country, Donovan. Facts Not Feeling says, notice how all Black politicians currently accept AIPAC positions and policy, but refuse to accept Black people position and policy of reparation because them folks with AIPAC got the power, right? For now, they got the power. Black people do not. Meb says, thank you for your service, Donovan. Oh, absolutely, right? Oh, there's something outside my window. And JBWR says, yep, the biggest sympathizers. And Cooking with Miss D says, I'm going to continue to bet on me. God got me for sure. You and me both. Yes, he did 16 tours. And so that's not usual. So I think Donovan has earned the right to be able to say what he likes and does not like in this country. Right?
Now, let me say this. Doesn't mean I'm correct. But all vets who picked up a rifle and walked the post, they have a right to say what they want to say, even if it's wrong.
Yeah. So, I mean, and it was not about migrants taking his job. I mean, unless a migrant could hop himself in a plane. Donovan is a pilot. If y'all don't know that very well. Donovan, start on him real quick. Show him your wall. You want me to show him the wall?
Go ahead and show him the wall.
Okay, hold on. You do. Go ahead and talk. I'm gonna show him the wall.
Okay, now my 16 tours. Remember, I came in during Desert Storm in '88, so it's really, when you're an air unit, because a lot of people don't want to serve. This is why people have done 16 something and plus more tours. I'm sure DBS has done several tours, because we've got selfish people in this country that will not pay their fair share, like we talk about, and become, and defend this country. Women talk about equality all the time. Do you guys know right now in the Senate, there is a bill that is sitting in the Senate that is mandating women sign up for the selective service? But women don't want that because they really don't believe in equality, because then they would have to get ready to serve like we do in Israel. But this is why people like myself end up being deployed 16 times, because other people do not want to step up and pay for the freedoms that they enjoy here. So if anything, you should be licking ass when you see a military person running around here that gave you the right to not have to serve, to live on the welfare system, to do all these things. If it wasn't for people like that willing to do those things, it ain't going to happen. And let me tell you something. During the last Afghan war, I want you guys to think about this. These people were out there. They were being sent over and over again until they're dead. Look at the odds. You make it the first time, great. You make it the second time, make it the third time, damn. The fourth time, you're dead. So you got to think about that. Right there, what you guys are seeing is my wall of fame. The portrait in the middle, my niece did that for me from an official portrait. All of those planes around there are the planes that I actually flew. And then if you guys, I know you can't zoom in on this, but some of the awards and stuff there is my degrees. I have 12 different degrees that I got through the military. Also, if you look, if you guys could see it, there is a letter from President Obama that congratulated me and all of my educational accomplishments while I was in the military. So tells you a lot.
Yeah, I just thought it was only right. And Donovan, if you see the ladder there, he's in the process of rearranging his wall. He went and got
already finished it.
But I'm telling you, that's why the ladder was there, because you were doing it. He got cases and stuff for all of his medals and patches and bars and all of that other stuff. So yeah, Donovan is a very accomplished man. And what you got with like 12 degrees on the wall? Donovan literally has 12 degrees. We ain't talking about he went and took a technical course for 3 days and got a certificate. We talking about 12. You can see him on his wall. He's got 12 degrees. So very decorated, has earned his right to say whatever the hell he wants.
That's right. The craziness that I say. But I also want to say this. If it wasn't for the American taxpayer, I wouldn't have been able to do what I've done. Look at everybody that's out here taking out student loans, which is your right. I didn't want to take out student loans. So I went and joined the military. That was a faster way for me to do it. And then while I was in the military, I socked it to them. I socked it. Every degree up there is due to the military program. And I socked it to them. And the military is going to get out of you what they want out of you. But you, at the same time, you're supposed to get out of them what you can get out of it. So not only did I get that, I've got all the benefits from the VA, tax-free retirement, so on and so forth. Right now, we are working on getting Demetra and all you other women that supported us military people during our times of struggle, getting them some benefits. So, and again, and here's another thing I want to say real quick, because I know we're on a military kick. People keep...
But do you, boo? Do you?
Okay, people keep forgetting about the thousands and thousands of women who have served in the military that don't get their damn flowers. They don't get them. Whenever you see like a Veterans Day and you see a woman coming into the store and stuff, and they might be giving something special, they always assume it's a guy. But there are so many women in the military now that it's not uncommon that the woman is the veteran and not the dude. There are more women that have veteran status than the dudes are, because there was an article that just came out where they're saying young boys are spending more time getting their hair done with their moms than spending time working on cars with their dads. So what is that telling? So I want to, give flowers out to those your average logical thinker. She's a veteran. There's a whole bunch of women that are out there veterans. So again, we don't give enough flowers to the ladies who are actually stepping up for those girly men out there that don't want to serve.
Well, damn. Yes, your average logical thinker. Thank you for your service as well, and everybody else on here. So as y'all can see, for the record, Donovan don't be lying about that. Okay, he really is about that life. All right, so I'm gonna take that down. Okay, and Lori, how you doing? Says Donovan, you look like many Haitians I know. Stop showing hate, show compassion and grace. I don't think Donovan showed hate to Haitians, did you?
What are you talking about? I got 3 or 4 Haitians in the rotation down in the DR. What are you talking about? I love Haitians.
Listen, when we was on the way to Sasua on a 13-hour bus ride, okay, I was sitting next to Donovan and I fell asleep. Then I woke up and this sucker had Watusi'd himself over to across the aisle and sat next to a very beautiful Haitian sister, got a number, and then a day or so later, she came and joined us for lunch. So Donovan definitely has love for Haitians. I'm a witness. So I'll put that out there.
Yes, and that Haitian was very, she had very attractive assets because everybody in the bus station was like, whoa, every Dominican guys, everybody was looking at her.
Yeah, and very, very lovely, very nice, very smart sister. So most definitely, yeah, I don't think Donovan has hate for Haitians. So I just want to say I've seen it myself. And Altarig, how you doing? Says you serve the military industrial complex. I guess that's what they call it, right?
Okay. And when you get on when you get on a plane ride and you're going to your little vacation spot or go see your family, what do you think you're supporting when you give money to the airlines? The military industrial complex, because that's where the military gets a lot of their airplanes and weapons. Boeing Corporation. So it's all about perspective, you guys. I mean, it's nice to go and point fingers and stuff and see. It's always those civilians that don't have the testicular fortitude to be a man or a real woman. It's always those guys, you know. And I think it's embarrassing as a man when you got to use those little tropes because you couldn't hack it your damn self. Put a 1 in the chat if you're a real man and you agree with me.
Lord, not you throwing rocks in the comment section. Lillian says Haiti needs to stop exporting their goods, then spending twice the money to purchase same goods from Haiti. Yeah, that sounds like it's kind of backwards, right? And your average logical thinker, you say facts, Donovan. I don't even let my son go with me to the salon or nail place. And you know what's so funny? I saw that video that you're talking about of the brother who said that about boys now going to get their hair done with their mamas instead of, haircuts with their father. I'm actually friends with him. You know who that brother is? Mr. MC Spice.
Really? I didn't recognize him.
Yeah,
I know that.
I'm friends with him. So maybe he'll see this, but yeah, I was like, that brother looked familiar. That's MC Spice. So yeah, because I saw actually Brother Phil covered the video too. So big ups to him. All right, so Entree, how you doing? I hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's see. Education is key. Says stop making stupid claims that he hate Haitians. Yeah, I never got that. I mean, no, I never got that at all. And he loves some Dominicans. That he does. Yeah, easy talk about go ahead, Playboy. Donovan is a mess. Y'all think I'm playing? He is a hot mess. I'm like, damn, I go to sleep for I don't even know how long I was asleep, but he was. So you come here often? Oh, really? Oh, yes. We were, we got a nice Airbnb. Why don't you, come see us sometime?
Well, here's the funny thing about that. When I went over to the girl, she thought Demetra and I were together or whatever she thought.
And you know what? Crazy, stop right there. People always think that about Donovan and I. They think we're together. And we're like, ew.
So, she looked at me like, had the nerve of you to come ask me why your wife is over there sleeping. I was like, I'm not with her. I was like, I'm not with her.
I'm not that old broad. And Bernie says, I got love for Haitians too. They actually lean toward Black Americans. Most of all people who migrate, in my opinion. Yeah, I've never had a bad experience with a Haitian at all. And K-Mac, how you doing? It says Boeing and Lockheed. Yes, indeed. And so everybody, we're putting some ones in the chat. All right. Let me skip on down. And Steele, how you doing? Did I skip anybody else? I want to make sure I acknowledge everybody. Asha, how you doing? It says I almost joined the Navy, but saw the sleeping conditions and said nope. Why? Because they got to sleep on that ship in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah, that's why you don't just go to one recruiter. You go to, each recruiter to see what is your best option. I was supposed to be a Marine because my dad was a Marine, but they couldn't offer me aviation. So I'm noticing all these recruiters kept calling me and bothering me when I was in high school and stuff. I'm like, man, I don't even know ride to school. What are you talking about? The only one that did not bother me was the Air Force. And I really didn't know anything about the Air Force other than what I was told and what I saw. And the lady's like, well, if you're really interested in joining the military, here's my card. And because she didn't bother me, she gave me the best deal. And that's the one I went and searched out with. And I ended up joining. And as a matter of fact, I'm the first in my family to have joined the Air Force. Everybody else is either Navy or Marine.
Mr. Smith, how you doing? He says, I just tapped and saw the title. The migrant influencer is going to get a lot of his people either shot or taken out because he learned how to finesse the system. By the way, respect to the vets of the U.S. Absolutely. And thank you for tapping in and joining us. Yeah, that's unfortunately was going to happen because for whatever reason, they thinking, you know, they can just come over here and do whatever they want. Ain't nobody going to mess with him. He got some politicians who are going to leave him alone. But yeah, everybody ain't gonna be wrapped too tight and be willing to concede their house to somebody who squatted there. Like, well, if you know you really must live here, guess there's nothing I could do about it. Just let me know when you're done and I'll come and clean it up. Everybody ain't gonna do that, you know. So yeah, to tread lightly if y'all, you know, be out there trying to do that. And Miss Sweet, she says, I'm not with her yet. Yeah. Yeah, people think that though. They think Donovan and I are together, and it's like nothing could be farther from the truth.
Matter of fact, when we got to South Africa, Demetra and her daughter were so tired, whatever, so they locked themselves in. Right, I went out to the streets. Remember I was in the club. Her daughter had to come get me. Had to come get me out of the streets.
This fool was in the streets. Okay, it was like a drunk alley cat, just out there. Hey Pop, how you doing?
Put it like this, you guys, and I tell this to Demetra all the time, and you know maybe Demetra will tell you guys whatever. Like, you know, when I'm in the States, I'm kind of because I am a serious person when it comes to serious things. As you guys know, I'm very political, and I like, you know, that's what I like to do. But I am a serious person. But Demetra will tell you when it is time to go out, I don't count no coins and I'm on a budget on vacation. I don't do any of that. I go out. I have a good time and I enjoy myself. So if you ever go on a trip with me or, you know, you're hanging with me, whatever, I'm the guy that's like, oh, drinks for everybody. Oh, that's fine. Doesn't matter. Go ahead.
Yeah. Donovan is about that life. You know, he's like, everything that drinks on me is like, dude, there's a lot of people in here. You might want to think twice about that, you know? But yeah, Donovan is very free spirited and very generous when he travels. So yeah, at one, me and my daughter came out of the Airbnb there in South Africa after I think we were rested. We going to find this dude. He at the restaurant with a table full of ladies. So we just kept on going, and when he was done schmoozing with the ladies,
wait, and remember, I'm not a smoker, but I was smoking.
Like, what are you doing, bruh? He had to smoke and just. I'm like, you don't even smoke. He like, I'm fitting in with the locals. It's like, okay. I'm telling you, Donovan is a hot mess. Damon, how you doing? Yes, yeah, we grew up together. I've known Donovan my whole life. So Donovan's really like my brother. And if y'all get an opportunity, y'all see us fighting sometimes like siblings.
And I'm going to tell you guys this. I was a military kid and I grew up overseas, right? And when you see me, how I deal with people overseas, where did I learn a lot of that? From the military, how to interact and how to do things and how to move with other countries. That's why when we go over there as Americans and we're like, oh, we're better than you and this, that, Demetra will tell you. Military people, your average logical thinker, people that have been in the military, that have traveled to other countries, they've seen poverty or abject bad situations, whatever, and we don't look down on those people, especially when we're guests in their country. So the military teaches you how to interact and how to deal with other countries and other people and other cultures and be more sensitive to going over there with that American attitude. Oh, we're Americans and whatever. You know what I mean? So learned it in the military. A lot of stuff that I will say this. I learned a lot of stuff because my mom was in the Army. My dad was in the Marines. Unlike you guys who had choices. Oh, I don't want to go to this school, Mom. Oh, I don't like this, Mom. Shit rolls downhill. When my parents told me to do something, that was it. There was no pushback.
More Sam says, DK, you and Donovan act more like sister and brother than you and Walter, in my opinion. Yeah, I would say that. And that's probably because y'all see Donovan and I the most, more than y'all see Walter and I. But yeah, out of my siblings, I think, well, I'm close with all of my siblings. But I think because me and Walter are closer in age, we're actually the oldest siblings. Walter, he's 54. I'll be 53.
Yeah, because me and Walter were in the same class.
That's y'all acting up. Okay, in the same class, terrorizing substitutes and stuff. Okay, Um, but yeah, so yeah, Walter and I we're really close as well. I just like Donovan. I do fight, okay? I do fight when it come to my homeboys and my brothers. I will fight. Donovan learned that when we was campaigning, when this woman tried to run up on him. I was like, "Is there a problem? Can I help you?"
We had some incidences. I mean, over the years, we've been through some stuff.
Wait a minute now. Bath Chalkamai. I hope I said that right. How you doing? He says, my daughter needs a husband. Well, if you want to come on the show on Wednesday, that's our relationship show. Come on and tell us all about it. Maybe there's a nice young man. I don't know how old your daughter is, but I say a nice man that's looking for a wife. Could be interesting. Hit me up. I'll put the information up throughout the week if that's something that interests you. We'd love to help you with that. Yeah, Donovan, he's living a single life. Donovan, too, is looking for a wife, okay? He don't want to be out there single his whole life, okay? So if that is you, a lady out there, and you're looking for a good man, he's a little rough around the well, you're a lot rough around the edges, but if you can weather the storm, you'll be all right. And if you need reinforcement, I'll give you my number. I'll twist his ear and be like, listen, you ain't got too many more opportunities to be messing it up. I'll get him in line.
Do you guys want to know what the oxymoron of relationships and things is? Now, Demetra has a younger brother, a younger, bigger brother, right? This guy was always big. Professor Smitty, intelligent, beautiful family, whatever. This brother, hadn't seen him in years. I run across him. He got him a Panamanian wife. I'm talking about a good one. Good one. See, so he already knew. He already knew. He saw a good woman. He jumped on it immediately. And they've been married. How many years? They've been married for
almost 20.
Almost 20 now. Golly.
Yeah.
So
their wedding anniversary is tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Yeah. I never even call her my sister-in-law. It's my sister. I love my sister. But yeah, they've been married almost 20 years at this point. Yeah. So yeah, Asha, you didn't know Walter was my brother? He's my biological brother. We don't look alike. Walter's my older brother by a year and a half. So yeah. Let's see here. And Lady Diana, how you doing? It says daughter, granddaughter, and I are traveling to Barbados to look up family history. We don't think we are better than anyone. I hope they don't think that we think all that. I've never been to Barbados, so I don't have any intel or experience with that. Yeah, hopefully you have a great experience over there. You never can tell, but just make sure you stay in the areas where it's safe and all of that, because every problem has its issues. Yes, with Love Wednesdays, y'all need a love connection. Wednesdays is the day. I'm gonna give it one more try. So if y'all want to come up or send an email anonymously or whatever, just do it, and I'll be more than happy to help. All right, so let's see here. Your daughter's 33. Okay, so yeah, a nice young gentleman.
You could go ahead and text me that picture if you like.
No. She didn't say the old scallywag, okay? She didn't say my daughter's looking for a man that smells like balls and been gay, okay?
But I got benefits and I'm educated.
Benefits and been gay, okay? One of those is not sexy. Okay, so your granddaughter needs a first date. She's 26. Come on with it. Let's get these ladies, a good husband. Okay, I want to emphasize a good husband that's around their age. Okay, they ain't looking for no triple OG sugar daddy. They want a man around their age that they can grow old with, not one that's already old and she got to try to catch up to them. So I'm gonna put that information up. I'm gonna try to do it before we leave. All right. And more Sam, we absolutely love you too. And Thunder says Panama for the win. Yes, that is my sister. I love her dearly. And a judge, he says, been married twice. I'd rather be single now. Are you saying that now? But wait till you come across the right one, then you might change your mind.
Look, I've been married twice. I ain't giving up. I'm no quitter.
Right. Just don't make them keep quitting you, okay? Asha says, I thought Donovan and Walter were brothers. In a sense, they are, but yeah, Walter and I are actually biological. Thunder also say Bahamas. Okay. You said you thought Walter and Donovan were the same person. You got your glasses on, sister? Wealth Wins is Walter will still do that, but Walter, you know, he out there getting his money. So he'd be like, oh, the show was today? Yeah, it was today.
And Walter's been like that since high school. He's about his business, straight up.
Aloof, more than anything. All right, so you know what? I actually want to switch the topic here. And Damon, if I didn't already, how you doing? Yeah, Donovan, behave yourself so you can keep a woman around, you know? Thunder says, hey, now, let's not knock that been gay. It comes unscented now. Do it still sting?
See, now she's saying being gay when she knows I'm an Old Spice man. She knows it.
You know, Old Spice smells good, but you just can't mix it with Ben Gay. It is kind of funky if you mix it together, you know. Y'all want Deacon to come up here. Let me tell y'all something. Deacon almost caused me a stroke the last time. I almost died laughing, but I'm gonna let y'all want Deacon to come up here now or before I transition to the next topic. Deacon, are you there? Deacon, if you're there, let me know in the chat if you're here. And let's see, God is well, we look forward to you being here as well. God in the flesh, thank you so much for the donation to everybody who has donated, like the video, whatever you've done. I love and appreciate you for that. All right, so y'all want Thunder, you want Deacon to come up. Judge says, I'm a Lagerfield dude myself. I'm just waiting to see if the Deacon, okay, you all right. I'm going to put the link in just for the Deacon so he can have me go into a coughing attack. Oh, let me tell y'all a story while we're waiting for him to come up here. Yesterday, okay, I was doing something online and I was recording. Let's say it's a lecture, okay? I was recording a lecture and I'm in the middle of the lecture and I have this coughing attack. When I say a coughing attack, I was laid out in this chair. I was coughing. I could not stop coughing. My daughter runs in here. She's like, are you okay? Of course, I couldn't talk because I'm coughing. I felt like both of my lungs were just going to fly out of my mouth. And that went on for like 10 minutes. It was the scariest thing in the world. I felt like I was going to pass out like 3 times. And then eventually I stopped coughing. So I'm hoping that doesn't happen today. Because I had the flu. So that was it was kind of freaky. And not in a good way. All right, so we're going to wait for Deacon to come up here. And Average Logical Thinking says, what about that Aqua Velva fellas? Oh, that aftershave? That might be a little bit before their time. Maybe.
Hey, and I want to put up here, you guys go to Miss Sweet Talk's page Friday. She was dropping gems. I'm talking Friday. It was laid. I mean, she was putting it out there. So if you guys want another page that you guys can go to get some great information and some great thoughts, something to think about, that is a great page to go to because it was lit. I mean, she had some real good content. It was really good.
I'm going to check it out. I'm going to watch it tonight as I lie awake, trying not to cough my brains out. So we're going to wait for Deacon to come up here. And the next thing I'm going to show y'all, it's a little bit on the lighter side. And I really want you guys' opinion because this thing has gone viral and has been the topic of many discussions. And I see y'all talking about different fragrances and stuff that you like for men. Chris, how you doing? It's not going to happen, especially in the South. Brute. Hey, Brute ain't bad. It's really not. And Asha says, I'm about to get my man some Coco Chanel Blue. Smells so good. Yeah, I like that. Coco Chanel Mademoiselle is actually my favorite scent. I would say probably ever. And I got some other pretty good stuff that smells really good. But yeah, that Mademoiselle, it just smells like just money. It smells wealthy, you know. It smells like, oh, I don't have the right to even look at her. She smells so good, I think, you know. So let's see. Oh, the Drakkar down. Go down. You know how far you had to go back for that one?
Yeah, still got it. I still got some of the Drakkar.
Mike, it says karate. Remember that? High karate and potent pondering. You say a Chanel Blue is for men. Coco is for women. Yes, Coco Chanel is for women. I love it. And Asha says, yes, it does, Demetra. I have some Coco Chanel. It does. It smells like money. It's like, oh, wow. Who was that? All right, y'all. Lord have mercy. How you doing, crazy?
Oh, the deacon doing good. Yes, yes, yes. The deacon got his good hat on. Oh,
Oh
on this good
no.
suit. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. The deacon can't be. He's a hypocrite now. Yes, yes, ma'am. And how y'all do? Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness. But before we get into this Sunday's lecture, they hate the Haitians like they hate Candace Owens right now. See, boy, look at here. Candace Owens went to a soul food restaurant, y'all. She got her some chicken wings. She went to the Breakfast Club. But now, boy, her ass got fired then that Friday. And she getting the Haitians hate. The Haitians can't go to the Dominican Republic. They can't go to Nigeria. The Haitians can't go no damn well, even with the name barbecue. They know barbecue ain't bringing no barbecue. So they're going to leave their ass right on that island to suffer and suffocate. Boy, but so now the chickens are coming home to roost, y'all. We can use all this stuff that these Democrats doing because today's Sunday. Not one of these TD Jakes fat back bastard ass preachers, they ain't said anything about making their black neighborhood great. Big TD Jakes, he collected the tithe money. They got all the money for all the Negro churches. But now everybody done went home and see the deacon. I was a hypocrite like my mama. My mama go to that church on Sunday. She loved Jesus. She never saw him, don't know what he looked like. But boy, she go home and raise hell with her black son and her goddamn husband. Well, she ran him out the house. But that's all right though, y'all. So now we got all this confusion going on in the Negro community. So now we got to use all what they done to us right now to let them know that we ain't standing for it no more. So now y'all with the Haitians, with Candace Owens, because I noticed something about our people. Boy, don't we forgive? We'll forgive everybody. My cousin be forgiven. I say, man, you held a grudge against me for stealing your bubble gum in the first grade. But you forgive anybody that don't look like your bulldog face ass. You'll forgive any white person. You forgave Jerry Springer when he found out that wasn't your real daddy when you went on the show. You forgive Maury. You forgive everybody. But boy, you don't forgive nobody that looked like you. So now the deacon done bought up the church. He bought up Candace Owens. He bought the Haitians up. He bought Tyson's food products up. Now, black folks, what we gonna do because one thing about us, we forget. We get Alzheimer's real quick when things get back right. When you get that income tax check next year, you're going to go right back to loving, forgetting about all this bad stuff that happened. But just start to treat everybody how they treated us. We got to let them know that we mean business. And to all you Joe Biden lovers, you got to stay the hell away. See, and Mr. Meek and my brother, we got to make sure anybody voting for these Democrats stay the hell away from us. We need to start calling the NAACP, all these so-called black groups. Where in the hell is the Black Do Caucus at? What do they stand for, y'all? I have not seen none of them old slavery, we shall overcome ass Negroes get out them seats and say anything to help black people. But your ass stand up for LGBT. You stand up for transgenders. You stand up for Hector and Maria and all these other folks. But your ass never stood up for Tasha. You won't stand up for Tyrone. Well, y'all coming eating all the chicken with Joe Biden. And I'm tired of seeing Negroes eating chicken at this restaurant with Joe Biden, RoboCop face ass. Why you better be eating reparation policies? Your ass need to be eating health insurance. You need to be eating everything these migrants eating. Stop trying to make yourself look good, eating all the soul food and the oxtails up with this old ass white man. Because y'all, we need better, y'all. So with that being said, sister and my brother, I love y'all. We're going to stay on their ass. We're going to make it do what it do. And we're going to continue to spread the word. And I'm going to continue to go on and give us a pray. Oh, God, God is somebody right now, God. God, they watching the show. God, they confused and scared. But God, we ask that they get their mind right, God. God, get them a Make America Great hat. God, it's time for them to wake up with common sense. Oh, God, hasalama booba baba shaba. God, let them get their mind together, because this is the day that the Lord has made. And God, I know that Negro woman in New York want to get all Trump money. But God, I pray, God, that she go to her athlete's feet, doctor. God, leave Trump ass alone. Why is they trying to attack the president? Let him do what he need to do, and we're going to stay on top of this thing, because God, ain't none of us voting for no Democrats. And Joe Biden, Joe sleeping Joe ass Viagra taking Biden. You stay, you leave us the hell alone and stop eating chicken and going to sleep at the soul food restaurant. And that's all the deacon wanted to say. And brother and sister, I love y'all, and we're going to keep the knowledge going. Ha-salama booba ba 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 shaba. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Demetri, I want to get up and run around the building 5-6 times. He got me going.
Oh my Lord.
The deacon. I'm telling y'all, man. I'm telling you guys, we got people out here that can reach y'all through all kinds of mediums, comedy, video, podcasting, whatever it takes to wake his people up. The deacon absolutely knows it. So, amen. Amen.
And Ramadan, a ding dong to you.
All right.
Woo, boy.
But real quick. Praise him and may he rest in peace. Did not the 5-star general don his Make America Great hat like 2 or 3 years back? Remember when he said, I'm a Republican? Remember we were on the show?
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a Republican. And that goes to tell you a lot of people are waking up. And again, we have to stay on code. We're not telling you to vote Republican. We're not telling you to vote Democrat. We're not telling you to vote independent. We're telling you to vote policy. What is best for you? What is best for you and your family and your kids? You don't like paying child support, brothers out there? Well, get down to the voting poll and vote. Stop voting these district attorneys and people that want to prosecute and do stuff like that. Policy, you guys. It's about policy. That's what we got to start voting for, because your interest ain't my interest. It just ain't. I'm sorry. We might look alike. We have the same skin tone, but your interest ain't my interest. If you guys that do follow me, you will see on my page, I put a lot of things that has to do with the military, the veterans issues, veterans benefits and stuff like that, because that's one of my interests. So policy is how you should vote, you guys.
William, how you doing? I hope you're having a great day. Say, how is 5-star doing? Well, I unfortunately hate to tell you that it's been almost a year since he passed away. And I'm sorry you didn't know that. He passed away. It was obviously unexpected and suddenly that he has gone on. So I think it was April 30th that Gary Monroe passed away. So it's still really shocking. King Kunta, how you doing? He says, I'm actually voting for Joe Budden. I don't agree with his migrant crisis, but he's the best man. So you mean Joe Biden? I mean, I don't think Joe Budden is running. Okay.
Could he tell us maybe why? I mean, what is it about, because I want to hear both points. When somebody says they're going to vote for Joe Biden, I want to know exactly why. What has Joe Biden done that has made you want to vote for a person that doesn't put Black people as a priority?
Yeah, as far as I know, his daughter is doing well. He being Gary's daughter is doing well. But yeah, for those of y'all who didn't know, I know that sucks kind of hearing about it now, but it's been almost a year that he's passed away. So anyway, let's lighten it up just a little bit. Now, some of y'all might have seen this trending around. This particular gentleman was getting harassed by some sisters outside of a Whataburger. I think they were in Dallas somewhere. And this was the gist of the conversation. So let's see here. And I want you guys' opinion. Okay, so where'd it go? Oops. Y'all ready?
Hey, I ain't fresh. You're not fresh. At all. No, sir.
So what it was he was getting clowned for his clothes. So let me see if I can kind of bring it back so y'all can see his whole outfit. Let's see. Trying to get it. Okay, there. Okay. So this particular man, they're calling him Unc on the internet, like Uncle, right? He was coming outside of Whataburger, and they were clowning him, basically telling him about he didn't know how to dress and something wrong with his clothes. And he was like, I ain't fresh. Now, if you look at the brother, he's probably around our age, 40s, 50s. I'm imagining. I don't know, probably in his 40s. And he's got on a nice, clean polo shirt. He's got on some creased jeans. He's got on some New Balances to match. He's got a nice white tee underneath. And, he looks like he's had a bath. His hair is combed. And he looks good. But for whatever reason, those sisters was like, take the L. You don't look good. And so he was like, huh? And a lot of other people were like, what? Now, from our generation, this is how I'm used to seeing men dress. Put a little crease in their pants and all of that. But like I said, as I covered this, the video's not out yet. I'm like, I think unfortunately some of these women are used to men just waking up and reaching in a hamper and getting some clothes and just putting it on, putting a dirty white socks and some slides and walking out the house and walking about town. But the man is at Whataburger. I don't know what he was supposed to have on. Was he supposed to have on some skinny tights or skinny jeans? No shade to men who wear the saggy tights. I mean, I was supposed to have on a dirty wife beater, a hoodie, a jacket with a hoodie. I don't know, pajamas. I was confused by that, but I'm like, damn, Unc looked pretty good to me. And you know what the other thing I was thinking when I saw him? I know he got to smell good. He probably had on some nice smell good, like, I don't have a problem with it. Donovan, what are your thoughts about that?
Well, I'm a little confused. Because if he's about my age, he's dressing appropriately to my generation and his generation of how people dress back then. Why the hell at 54 years old in May, which I'll turn, would I want to be dressing like a 16-year-old of today? There's no way you're going to catch me in some skinny ass jeans, sagging my pants past my ass and all that crazy stuff. So I just don't understand how. And, I'm very sure this guy doesn't give a damn, because notice, you guys, he's got food in his hand, which means he has money to buy it. A lot of these people that are probably making fun of him, they don't have money to buy food. They got a food card, which we're paying for. So I really wouldn't care what young people have to say when it comes to how I dress or what I dress, and how I do it, because again, he's dressing his generation inappropriately. It's just like with me with hair. Even though I shave my head, women my age don't care how good my hair looks if we're going to be in a relationship or not. All women my age care about is, can I pay the bills? A mature woman. So, I just don't get when I see videos like this, I just see the silliness of it. It's just silly, because this guy probably has more money in his pocket than those kids will have in a month.
Yeah, it don't even sound like he knew him. He's walking out. It sounded like they was harassing him, for the most part. And y'all all are saying, his clothes look good. And I'm like, I love to see men dressed like that, because as Donovan said, we're of a certain age. I'll be 53 soon. And, in our generation, men and women too would crease their pants, make sure they iron. I'd imagine, as I said earlier, he probably the night before went in the closet and said, yeah, I'm gonna put that shirt on with these jeans, and yeah, I got these shoes, and he was coordinating or whatever the case is. But back then, and I guess, and I'm not saying people don't now, but I think our generation and beyond, we took a lot more pride in how we looked when we went outside. We didn't go outside in bonnets and house shoes and pajamas, and God knows some of these women be out there looking like they're wearing panties in Walmart. So we didn't go outside like that. And the other thing too is, a lot of them stores wouldn't even let you in there dressed like some of these people dress now. But maybe it was a culture shock to those ladies. Like, oh my God, what does he have on? He's fully dressed like he's got some sense. Because, I'd imagine, it's nighttime where he's at. He ran in a Whataburger. Most people probably like, come on, let's go to Whataburger real quick. They probably got a bonnet on, or, I'm talking about the men too, and pajamas or whatever. And they going to Whataburger, but he was like, shoot, bet. And I don't know if he came from the house or wherever he came from, but wherever he came from, he looked good. And ladies of my age, we call men that look like that citizens. Look like a citizen. Got his hair combed, his face is clean, his clothes is clean. He looked like he took an effort to look presentable. I cannot complain about that at all. I cannot.
Yeah, he looks like it's a regular weekend type thing. He went to go get some food. He's decently dressed and he's doing his thing, and and age appropriate. I don't see what the big deal is. See, and that's the thing I think is also a big problem. I think because we have a lot of young people, especially when it comes to our ladies, our young ladies, how many of you guys have heard this term? Oh, I'm such best friends with my mom. My mom's my best friend. My daughter's my best friend. That is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard. You're not supposed to be your children's best friend. You're supposed to be their parent. What the hell are you talking about? How many dudes are running around talking about, hey man, my dad's my best friend? No, dad's about to whip your ass because you didn't cut the grass like he told you to do at a certain time. Dads are never his son's best friend. We are never the son's best friend. That is one thing we don't say. And this is where I think a lot of these young ladies get this idea from, because and maybe it's something, it's a woman thing. I don't know, because I'm a real man. Maybe it's a woman thing, but they want to be friends with their daughters and be in that group to where they don't ever want to grow up. I'm, no, call me Glotadine, call me by my first, no, call me mama and stuff like that. But it's ridiculous. And then they get caught in this thing because, like I said, this man is dressed age appropriate and has a t-shirt underneath the shirt. I haven't seen that in years. And that's how it's supposed to be done. If I saw him, he'd look like one of my uncles. Hey, what up, Unc? How you doing, man? Hey, man, I'm just doing my thing. It is what it is. Unfortunately, I say he looks like one of my uncles. What I really mean is he looks like me as I'm supposed to be right now. So.
Yeah, and more threads. What's going on? She says, I bet the majority of them are broke and deal with bums. Yeah, and I especially wanted to talk about the video because, as somebody said, unfortunately, some of the sisters, they have very low standards. I tell the story all the time. I was sitting in a car with my dad, and we were waiting to go into a store or something, and we saw this young brother and sister walking into the store. And the brother's pants, I swear for God, was all the way up under his butt. He had a wife beater on and just didn't look like he cared much. And the sister, she looked okay. And my dad said, I don't understand how these sisters accept these men that won't pull their pants up off their ass, and so I think he understood that that's the woman, not that it's her fault that he's doing it, but a woman worth her weight would be like, honey, listen. I guess you want to show everybody your stanky drawers or whatever, but you ain't going out there with me like that. Women got to have some standards. And so I think, unfortunately, the bar has been put in hell, I guess, to where maybe people just aren't used to seeing brothers or where they from, I don't know, dressed like that. But I wouldn't have looked at him and thought anything odd. I would have thought, oh, he looks very well. I wouldn't even thought he looked put together. I wouldn't have thought anything about it at all. But to say that he don't look good, those sisters definitely need to raise their standards. And I don't know, maybe they don't know what a good looking man looks like. But like I said, he looks clean and like he smell good. So that's very important to me. So let's see here. And yeah, how you doing? He says you can't find pants in California for men because all pants you can find is yoga pants. You better stop it. Yeah, and especially in California, and I know probably other places, but Levi's, that's a big thing for the brothers. Not and the 501s, not the skinny ones or the ones that's the hugging your booty. They have a little bit of room in there, and he crease them up and all that. The average logical thinking, you crazy, talking about he looked like he fresh out the pen. I don't even know if they have irons in there. I know they put the pants under the bed, or between the mattresses, so they'll crease them up. Don't ask me how I know that, but I do. And Roger says, and he's carrying 2 drinks. At least he has someone. And that's what I thought too. Probably got a woman at home or whatever. It's like, come on back, hurry on back, so we can Netflix and chill. I'm just saying. And Jawan, you say you was 53 and roller skate like much younger people. And thank you and welcome. I've roller skated my whole life. I actually need to get back out there and get practice. I'm a little rusty. Just the weather be tripping out here. I'll be busy a lot, but I plan to get back out there this week and roller skate some more. But thank you. And Terry, how you doing?
By the way, Big Five was having a sale this weekend on roller skates, because you guys want to know.
Oh, I got a brand new pair. Cost me over $100. They still good. They gonna last for a while. Terry, how you doing? So I dress like this. I'm 67. Yeah, I mean, you dressing like a citizen. You know, people aren't used to that anymore. And I guess the same is true for some women, right? There's a lot of fellas that are not used to seeing women dress like they got some sense. You know, I go out for
those 304 uniforms, and I don't know what it is about it, but they love those 304 uniforms.
I mean, not even 304s, but just you came out the house in a chicken frying dress with no underclothes under it. You know, look like two pigs in a blanket fighting under that moo-moo. And you got a bonnet on, and you just out there in the streets like that. You know, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes I'll be out there looking rough too, but it's a reason. I might just be come from working out. You know, I don't be doing all that when I'm working out. My hair or makeup, I put a beanie on or a hat or something. I work out. I might go run, walk, or skate or something. And if I need to stop by the store real quick, I mean, I'm not looking too busted, but I'm not dressed up. But other than that, I'm not finna be out there looking like, you know, I ain't took a bath in 3 weeks.
Well, I'll tell you what, I would rather have young men look like this dude does in the photo than what they're looking like today. I would rather have them looking like that. I mean, it's decent, you know.
Yeah, more 30 says, and when I see a man who puts all his money in his clothes, he has none for me or to take me on dates. He probably got more than all of them put together. Yeah, you know, and the key is just to buy you a couple of key pieces, right? A couple of nice pair of jeans, keep those nice, and some shirts, keep your shoes clean. Because, you know, women have always been told that you could tell a lot about a man by his shoes. Some people say the quality of his shoes. For me, it's like the cleanliness of his shoes, right? And what kind of, you know, shoes are they? And not what kind, like if you're spending money on them, but is he clean? For me, it's more important that a man presents to be clean, right? He smells good. His nails are clean. His hair is nicely kept, however he's going to do it. And his clothes are clean. I don't care if he's wearing Gucci, Uchi, or not this, I ain't going to say, or whatever, but as long as he's clean and he looks good.
Well, riddle me this, ladies. Riddle me this. And I always wonder this. Sometimes you guys will be going to a concert or something out, you know, where you know, obviously you guys really want to go to this place, or it's an event or something that you really want to go to. You guys be dressed to the nines. You got the $400 hairstyle in your head, all this other stuff, right? I mean, you got like, you know, this ball gown on, you know, that really nice outfit. And then the dude is showing up in a wife beater and some khaki dickies and some Converse. And I'm thinking, I see that this doesn't, one of these things belong together. One of these things ain't for quality the same. You remember that? Remember that? You had to pick out what was it, right? And then I look at your date and I'm like, wait a minute. She's dressed like she is going to the Oscars. This guy's dressed like he's going down the block real quick to get him some papers. You know what I mean? Some rolling papers. And it's like, why can't these women, I mean, riddle me this, ladies. Why is that acceptable when if you're going to be dressed, you don't put that demand on the dude to be dressed? You know what I mean? I just can't seem to quantify even our young girls. You'll see that they're going out on their maybe a little prom or something like that. With the prom, the guys are kind of, but wherever they're going, the girl might be dressed and you're kind of like, did he even make an effort?
Right. And more threads. I put the link. If you want to come up, we'll be up here about another 10 minutes. I know you want to come up last time, so I'll wait for you to come on down and see what you got to say. So I'm going to read the comments. And Joe, you say, I saw a 65-year-old man wearing his pants sagging.
Yeah, those are some of the OGs that are on their way out. Yeah, that's, you know, they got out of the pen, they got that parole, and they still, I've never been to jail like that, but you know, from what I hear, it's like you go in there and time stands still, and then you come out. Remember that I'm Gonna Get You Sucker when the Huggy Bear came out?
Yep.
He's still thinking it's the 70s.
I mean, but you almost 70 sagging your pants. It's like, come on, man. Thunder, you say, DK, we can analyze a photo a little bit closer. Can we analyze a photo a little bit closer? Look at what's in his hand. He has 2 cups. Most likely he's getting his lady something to eat, which means he's taking, unlike the women cackling. You ain't lying. Observation is key, right? I peeped it out. All right. So more threads. Are you ready to come up? You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. I'm just seeing if you're ready. I'm gonna bring you up.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey, y'all. I'm still learning how to. I'm actually on the computer today. I was doing some work. So, hey, I just wanted to say that video done made me mad. Hey, Donovan. Can you hear me?
We hear you, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that video done made me mad. Now, I'm gonna be honest, it's gonna upset people. You know, I ain't with the feminist stuff, but I'm in my 30s, okay, mid-30s, and I like older men. I like them a little older. I would say mid-40s, 50s, not too much older, you know, but definitely. But I like older men. And like my girlfriends, we had this same discussion. We went to brunch yesterday. It was a long week, so I needed to get out and have some girl time. And we had this same discussion. And I'm like, maybe I'm tripping for a minute because it was me and another girl. And we were the only 2 who saw nothing wrong with, you know, what he had on. And maybe because you got to remember too, I'm a daddy's girl. So I was raised by my mother, but before my dad passed away, I spent a lot of time with him and just being spoiled and, you know, going to McDonald's on the low when my mom, you know, ain't supposed to do all that. And I grew up around my uncles and also a host of cousins who were pretty much raised, I guess, to be like them. I guess you could say a man's man, if that's what you want to call it. So I saw nothing wrong with it. And also with me dating sometimes older men, I feel like if you spend all your money in your clothes, that's okay. I ain't really feeling that, but I'll let you slide on it. But I'm gonna ask you, you have a house? You have your own place? Because sometimes you may not have your own house these days because it is harder. I'm with, you know, I understand the economy, but do I got to visit you with your mama? You got a nice car and you living in a trailer. You got a nice car and fresh shoes and all of that. And you staying with your mother. It better be a good reason. She better be sick. You know, y'all better be doing what these Hispanics do to save money. And you better have something to show for why you staying with your mama. If you don't, I mean, if you're not together, but your shoes fly, you got the most expensive car, what you gonna do for me? I'm trying to go on dates. I'm trying to go to, you know, to the Anita Baker concert. I'm trying to do something in our spare time. I work. When I'm off on the weekends, I'm either doing something around the house. I'm a homebody. But if I'm dating someone, I'll, you know, get out of the house and, you know, go to a festival or something. I'm not a club person. But it's like I couldn't understand how they were clowning him. And he has actual food in his hand that he's probably paying for, maybe for a family member they're hanging out or even a booth thing, you know, Netflix and chill. See, I just, maybe it's just me and, you know, I'm not married. I was engaged once, but stuff like that is what separated us. I'm a traditional Southern woman. And he never had money to, you know, he was in the military. I like a guy in uniform. Let's be real. But he was just so messed up mentally, you know? So I just don't see what's wrong with the guy. He probably smelled good. His clothes are clean. I don't understand the purpose of having, I'm not knocking anybody that like name brand. That's fine if that's what you like. But I have an issue if that's all I see that you like. Because again, that's cutting into my date time. So you can't, you know, you spend $300 on shoes. I'm trying to go eat some seafood. I'm from South Carolina, the coast. What are you doing? Like, no. So I feel bad for this generation because they find, in all honesty, they find humor in stuff like that. And he probably owns something. He probably got, you know, a home of his own. He's probably way put together, and you done miss your whole husband and your king because you clowning him because you caught him on a night that he decided to run out for some food. And now you stuck. And if you got kids, now I'm gonna hurry up and say this because Demetra, I don't feel like all the extra stuff. As women, when we have multiple kids, that takes, my mom always told me, okay, this is my mama, you stop, drop. And sometimes you got to put up with certain things that you don't want to put up with. I got plenty of friends that I'm not saying once, okay, once, okay, that happens. But if you keep having 2 and 3 different baby daddies and you expect to get a good guy with a good job and you at a certain age, that's not going to work. Now, if we both in our 50s or 60s and you got 5 or 6 kids or whatever, we match. You see what I'm saying? But a man with no kids, he's not going to want, most of the time, not all the time, but 60, I'm gonna just be generous, 60% of the time, he don't want to deal with badass kids, or you got 3 different baby daddies. I gotta fight one. Okay, I'll fight one. Okay, but 2 and 3 and 4, who feel like all that? And then they childish, they're ignorant. That you clowning my clothes, but you can only afford to pay $25 a week for child support. So the joke is really on you. So if we would stop and think sometimes, not just women, but men too. No. We're not going to put it all on us either. Sometimes they get with the hood rats with the bonnets too. Okay, no, we're not doing that. But it's just unfortunate and it's sad that they're clowning this man. And I'm big into mental health. That's not cool. He laugh and he probably don't care. But at the end of the day, truthfully speaking, even though he's a man or a man's man, we all got feelings. And then that's viral on the internet. So, no.
I think Donovan might have found his match.
Did you see that? You're not the only one that was saying that. I was checking all the boxes as she was going. Call me, girl. Call.
Now, Demetria, y'all know I don't do the public thing.
You sounded like Donovan. I was like, no, that ain't Donovan because Donovan's right there. I'm just saying. It crossed my mind. It had me thinking. But we can always do it behind closed doors.
I was just trying to make a
976.
Right. I was just trying to, make a point, but I hope I didn't make the ladies too mad at me because I was getting on us a little bit. But it's the same for men. Now, let's be clear. We both got problems, both of us on each side, but it just bothered me. And I was actually going to put that on my page, but I didn't because I just thought, that's not cool. It's viral and you're clowning this man who probably is doing much better in life than all of them put together. Well, and that's mean, but that's the truth.
Yeah, and I would say I'm glad to see that most people who because I've seen it everywhere, that most people who were talking about it were agreeing with him, and he was like, oh, I didn't even know it was that big of a deal. And he showed his some other outfits. He's like, I dress like this all the time, so he didn't understand what the big deal was. I sound like he was kind of shocked that they had an issue with what he had on. So
yeah, I had to go off on, I would say. Now I'm nice, okay, but I'm with the smoke if need be. I had to go off on, a girl, she was saying how bougie, I was. She's sitting in Walmart with a whole bonnet and a damn $5 fashion sense dress on, but you trying to clown me because I choose to come in here. And I felt like I was dressed nicely. I could take her man if I wanted to. Okay, but
your man whenever I feel like it. It's a damn promise.
I don't aim for that. But I have a lot of male friends, and I learned from them as well as an engagement that I had that didn't work out. You learn better and what you can do better and what to say and not to say. And I mean, she's sitting there overweight with a bonnet on her head. I don't have an issue with makeup. It's just long as it's not going to change me, but I wear it. It is what it is. I wear weave. That ain't never going to change. I'm going to always enhance myself, but you ain't enhanced at all. You look a mess and you trying to clown me because I'm telling you, I'm going to brunch with my girlfriends. I just ran in here to get some, some other stuff. And I thought I looked good. I'm not an ugly person. I could grab a man. I'm just very careful. But at the end of the day, they think it's cute to do those things. So I had to clown her for a minute on that bread aisle. So, because and then you bold to tell me that I'm bougie. You bold to tell me that, I'm uppity and the dress look expensive. No, the dress look expensive, but I ain't gonna spend a whole bunch of money on that. I'm cool with looking decent, but not spending all my money.
Y'all got into all of that at the store?
Yes, I live in Charleston, I guess you could say, and we have a hood population. We have some nice people, but we got some hood going on. And I used to be a teacher, so I'm all there. I can read with the best of them. You got to shame. I hate to say this, but you have to shame sometimes them. I can come at you nice, or I can come at you the way you came. I match energy. So I had to tell her, and she was a little embarrassed because I called Dr. Bonnet. And I guess maybe she thought I was her age, that's fine, but she won't try that again. And I would have did that in front of anybody, because you look a mess and you half naked. And maybe I'm just now learning. Maybe I'm just behind, but I was always taught that, you make the man see you naked. You don't have to, give him something to want and chase after, even if you're a bigger girl. And this is no knock to any of my bigger girls. That's fine. I'm curvy. But at the end of the day, you want to make him chase you.
Crazy.
Yeah, make him go after you, and so it's just little things like that. And that just kind of broke my heart. I'm into my Black people and our mental health, and that just kind of broke my heart. That he's probably, honestly, I'm playing, but I'm serious at the same time, that he is really, truly probably more put together than all of them.
Yeah, and that's, and they probably were very young too, but hopefully they're seeing all of the conversation online and they're getting their understanding rearranged. And that's that guy actually was pretty decent looking and dressed and all of that.
Yeah,
And,
it was.
Yeah, maybe they were trying to go viral or whatever the case is, but I'm sure they are probably thinking about some things now. But yeah, we need to get used to men and women dressing like you got some sense. I think of my grandmother. Both of them would have been, almost, one would have been almost 100 and one over 100. And I think about them and what will they think to see women outside in their essentially house clothes or bedroom clothes, underclothes, not even just, in the yard, but out at the store, because I have a picture of my grandmother on my mirror in the living room, and I think it was taken in the 1940s. She's got gloves on, a little hat, and a nice A-line dress, and a purse, and I don't know where she was going. It was probably in the middle of the day, but that's how they dressed back then. And so to think about from her standpoint of what would she think now to see these women that are out there and just don't care, and she'd probably be like, "Oh no, ma'am." Because let me tell you something about my grandmother, my mom's mom. You must wear a slip. I don't care if you had a burlap sack on, a potato sack. You cannot see through that. Do you have a slip on under there? No, we're going to put it on. My sister one day, she showed up to church just a little late. My grandmother was already seated. She's deaconess. She's already seated. My sister, she had on, the skirt was to her knees, but she had on some knee-high boots. My grandma wasn't what you wearing the knee-high boots to church. And so my sister was going to sit next to my grandmother, and my grandma put her purse down by the seat like, you ain't going to sit next to me dressed like that.
Yeah, the old school. My grandmother is still alive. She's sick now, so I went to go see her today, and I feel guilty now, Demetria, not because she's sick, because she's had a full life. My granddad's still living too. Now I don't agree with everything she has put up with. Okay, now we're not doing that. That's why I'm not married. The guy, he was doing the most, but at the same time, there are things that I have pulled from her and my mother, like pretty much, I would say, cooking, for her man, or, dressing a certain way. My grandmother is very tiny. So she is just, she's old school, but she does not even, she just started wearing pants last year when she started going to physical therapy. And I had to beg her. So I said, Grandma, you can't be going in here, and that's how I got her. She didn't want people to see her, underneath and everything. So that's why she started wearing the pants with the physical therapy. But other than that, she's wore dresses her whole life. What is it? The old school stuff. You can't chew gum in church. My grandma was ruthless. But you know what? I'm proud of her and my mother, because it definitely, as you get older, it affects you. And let's be clear, I'm not here to judge anybody, because I have walked out of the house in my bonnet. I have twice, I think, in my whole life. I didn't make it. The second time, the first time I didn't know. Okay, the first time I didn't know you, so I forgot. I'd been cleaning up and just forgot. But but the second time, I recognized, and I was like, it was a dare, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go do this. I was in my 20s. I didn't make it up the street. I was like, oh no, this is just not. This ain't it. Like this, yeah, I lost that bet. But I think we have to, maybe if we taught some of our youth, the 20s and 30s, versus criticizing them a little bit, but maybe teach them that we too made mistakes and we can learn from that and say, hey, you think it's cute to go around such and such and such? This dude right here, and I used to teach for 10 years and I don't teach anymore. That's another story just because of how they treat our children. I think we deserve to come at them a certain way. But at the same time, if you sit down and you say, what's funny about what he has on? And you sit there and you let them tell you what they think is funny, because you got to remember, you're dealing with a social media generation. So you got to come at them a little different. So for me, I would say, what's wrong with it? And I'll let them tell me what is wrong with what they think is wrong with them. And then I'll show them other pictures of what we had before. So I'm kind of new school mixed with old school. I don't agree with everything the women and men did back then, but a lot of things we can take, from the past. So I just think, meet people where they are. Just like when I told that girl on that bread aisle, yeah, I met her with the same energy she met me on. Because see, if you see me going viral, you will see me cursing her out and checking her the way she thought she was checking me. But if she would have came at me in a decent way, I would have said, what's wrong with this strapless dress? It's strapless, but it's not showing anything. It's still sexy, but it ain't showing nothing. And that's how I want it to be. If you see me in another way, it's going to be in the bedroom. It's not going to be out. So that's it.
Well, thank you so much for coming up to see us.
Yeah, I was rushing, y'all. I'm working tonight on the computer. So thank you for having me.
It's our pleasure as always.
Take care, Donovan. How do I get out of
here? I'm sure we'll try to. Never mind. We'll see.
Have a good night.
You too.
I will tell you what, she was sounding. I mean, I was checking the boxes like, okay.
I saw you. Like,
wait. And she's in the beautiful city of Charleston. I hope she meant Charleston, South Carolina. Love going down there. Love visiting. It's really, really great down there, except that it's Jim Clyburn's area. But outside of that, but well-spoken, well-educated. Seems like I got a head on her shoulders. I mean, hey. And here's what I don't understand, Demetra. Why are those type of women single? I don't get it. I just don't understand.
Donovan, we've been over this a million times, Kay. Women like that are single because y'all say y'all want a good woman. Y'all may scream to the hilltops, where the good women at? But when you get with you a good woman, y'all kick her in the tailbone. That's why, okay? Y'all really want Rachita, that's got the bonnet, that's wearing them lace fronts.
Pukisha, we love Pukisha.
Yes, y'all, those are the ones you want. If I cook, I ain't cooking you nothing. What you better do is go boil some hot dog water.
I want problems always.
Right. That's why y'all don't most of y'all wouldn't know a good woman if she says, hey, I'm a good woman. Y'all wouldn't know a good woman. Y'all used to the struggle. Y'all used to the struggle-licious. Y'all used to the top ramen and the jam sandwiches where she just jammed 2 pieces of bread together for you, talking about dinner served. That's what y'all like that. I mean, I don't tell you.
I hope she comes back for the dating show. I hope she comes back for the dating show because I have some questions. I was taking some notes. I just had some questions, but I'm gonna speak for myself and as a man to the best of my ability, what I know a man is. We look at women like cars, okay? We like to kick the tires. We might want to take you out for a little drive. Sometimes we have to off-road you, okay? To see if the suspension holds up. See, so that's where y'all get it twisted. We just want to make sure that you're going to, make it through the whole thing. A good example, my car is a 2003 Tiburon. I still have that car. I have a newer car, but I have a Tiburon. Demetra will tell you, all my friends will tell you, and they get on me all the time. They go, Donovan, you got a newer car. How come you don't drive that car? Because I've been through it with this car. I know everything about it. And that's how, as we like our women. Like you're going to be in the trenches with us. You know what I mean?
Nah,
The average logical thinker knows what I'm talking about.
Now, the trenches is one thing, but hell, that's another. Y'all want to drag the good women through hell and back. And then when y'all do that good woman wrong, y'all go settle with, Boom Quisha.
Wasn't there a movie on that? Drag Me to Hell? What's it called?
It was based on what y'all be doing to good women. Okay, it was based on what you do to good women. That movie, and there's a sequel coming, I'm quite sure. Drag Me to Hell Again. Okay, but I'm telling you, that's why y'all. A lot of men, I don't think y'all know what a good woman is. Y'all think y'all do. I don't think you really know what that means.
Wait, I've been telling you what a good woman is. Now your sister, perfect for me. Perfect. She's bubbly. She's educated. Super fine. Just somebody just fun to go with. Now, if I knew when she was a freshman that she was going to be the woman she was, like I said, back then, I didn't see your mom. I didn't see how your mom was built. I barely saw how you were built because you kept skipping school. But but the point is, to see her the way she is today, oh my God, perfect for me. Perfect.
Y'all don't know what a good woman is. See, that's that what's behind the booty. Y'all see a big old giant booty. Oh, that's a good woman right there. Oh, that's she's solid. And then she been a tookie for all your little Social Security. Can't buy no more Bengay. Can't do nothing, and ran through a whole bunch of good women who was there for you. See, the problem is a lot of you brothers, not all of you, a lot of you brothers, y'all don't like good women because the good women like, honey, don't you think maybe this might be better? Might you want to go to the doctor? Because I don't know if that's right. Let's go to the dentist. Oh no. I'd love to fry you some chicken again. However, I don't want to kill you. So let's have some fish. I don't like no fish. Well, you had chicken nuggets 2 nights ago. So might you have some broccoli? Broccoli. I know broccoli. So, the good woman, she ain't running the streets. She gonna be home. See, y'all see, that's the problem. My mama told me this a long time ago. I swear for God, I'm gonna have to put that in my notes. She said, unfortunately, men don't like when women are too predictable. When he knows your every move, where you're at. It's a lot of these men like women who keep them guessing. Hey, sassafras, you ain't been home all day. You coming home anytime soon? You don't worry about what I'm doing. I'll be home when I be home. And then you're like, okay, yes, dear. And guess what you do? You wait there, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for sassafras to get through running the streets. But good old Gertrude be at the house. You walk in, it's smelling like wonderful food up in there. And, she's looking cute, smelling good. Hey, honey, go take a shower. When you get out, I'm going to have your food ready for you. Something good. You having water, a soda. Y'all don't want those type of women because those women are boring. They're boring. She just always making sure I'm all right. She's boring. Y'all like a little sassy woman that's going to do you dirty. Those are the ones you... I can't believe she did that to me. So that's why. That's probably why she's single. Maybe I'm projecting. I don't know.
I think you are.
James, you say outer beauty is fleeting. Inner creator is I don't know what that word is, but I think you meant the inner is better.
Creation.
Yes. Okay. Is lasting. Yeah, but y'all men out there, y'all like to trade them in like cars. Y'all getting older, balder, fatter, sitting on your balls more. And then the woman that's all you read is already 20 years younger than you. But then you're like, you know what? I'm going to trade her in. I got a little raise on my Social Security check this year. I'm going to go get me a new one. And then pretty soon you're looking up at the damn sky talking about, I ain't got nobody. Because you done ran all the good women away chasing sassafras.
You want to know what it is, Demetra? And I'm going to speak for the men. And if I'm wrong, men, I'm just wrong. Okay, but I'm going to speak for the men. Do you know what it is? What we want and what we most desire? It isn't sex, of course, but
Hold
it isn't.
on.
Yeah, write this down. Write this down, ladies. If you're watching, write this down, because I'm telling you, if you guys do not understand this, you will never keep a man. What a man wants most is our peace.
I thought you were going to say something just like revolution.
That's what we want, is our peace. And when we say peace, we're not saying like, okay, what I'm saying is basically, okay, I'm a certain way. Then you come in and want me to be something else and disturb that peace. That's what we want. We just want our peace. Peace. We don't want chaos and all this other stuff. We want peace. Come in peace. Peace be with you, brothers. Peace. Go down to Sasua. You saw brothers hugging. They didn't even know each other, exchanging numbers, Bible study and praying together. Peace.
Y'all say y'all want peace, but then y'all go for the most loudest, ratchet woman walking on 2 feet, talking about, I can't believe she did that to me. Well, I don't know what I did. I was so nice to her about everything. I was so attentive. I loved her and this, that, and the other. But you went and got a hyena from hyena land. Thought you was going to bring her back and train her and tame her. And my thing is, wouldn't it be logical just to get you a woman that's closer to your age, that's been there, done that? She got some sense. She know how to cook. She know what Comet is, right? What to do with it. She gonna clean. She gonna, you ain't gonna come home and there's, crap all over the place. Come home to a nice, clean environment. Y'all don't want that. See, the problem is when you say you want peace, you want to do foolery and don't want the woman to say nothing to you about it. You want her to say, oh, you stayed out again all night again? That's fine. Matter of fact, stay out again. All night, as far as I'm concerned, I'm going to be right here. Just let me know when you're coming home. I want to make sure that I have something nice and hot for you to eat. And, some nice good soap so you can wash that woman's perfume off of you. That's what y'all want. You want a dingbat.
What's wrong with that? If that was true, I'm just saying.
You want a dingbat. And good women ain't dingbats. Then good women is like, I love you. Ooh, truly, I love you. But sucker, you got me messed up. That's what a good woman would do. Y'all don't want
Lord
that.
knows I love Harpo, but I kiss him dead.
Right. Y'all don't want that. You want Harpo, who this woman? Barry, I am so glad that you got a good woman. You need to tell these other brothers that get them one too. Okay. A lot of these brothers had a good woman or 2 or 3, 15 in their life, and they ran them off. And I'll say this, and I'm going to be as clean as I can because I'm a lady. I told my one friend this the other day. There's never enough of more when it comes to women. Now, I cleaned that up, okay? So I say that to you men is I know you're afraid you're going to miss out on that big booty over there and that big booty over there. But how many booties can you be with at once? Find one nice, good booty that's attached to a good woman and settle down, okay? Stop looking. Retire. It's that simple.
Well, I will agree with you. When a man finds a woman and he decides that this is the one he's going to marry, he should settle down with that because that's the choice that he wants to do. But as we are programmed to mate with as many women as we can, whatever. So I agree with you. When you make a decision to commit to that woman, you should stick with that decision as a man. You should, unless she's cheating on you. And, there's got to be a legitimate reason to leave that woman. And just because you get tired of her, you saw a bigger booty, to me, that's not a good enough reason. Because if that was the case and you want to go out here and mass create and sleep with other women, don't get married, fellas. Don't do it. Just live your life and do what you're doing. Of course, you're going to pay. Having kids out there, whatever, as we know. But the point is, when you decide that that's the woman you want to be with, stick with that. It's not always going to be roses. Is there going to be some ups and downs? Absolutely. But at the same time, fellas, and I've run across this with a lot of my younger troops. I'll give you a quick scenario. Young troop was having a problem. I'm the young captain at the time, whatever. And of course, I don't know why these people are coming to me, but it's a black couple. So, those of you guys who are in the military, you know how it goes. the white officers don't want to deal with black issues, right? So they try to find the nearest black NCO or whatever and sweep them over there, right? So this young troop comes up to me and I'm like, what the hell's the problem, right? They're sitting at me and they're like, well, the young man says she ain't paying half the rent. They're arguing about rent and who pays what, whatever. I looked at him and I said, you're the man, right? You guys are married, right? What the hell do you mean she ain't got half her rent? She ain't got to have a goddamn thing. He didn't understand that, right? He didn't understand, what his role was, whatever the deal is. But at the same time, I told her, you reporting this and bringing it is affecting this man's career. Number one, there's ways of doing these things, of how we do it. And we always try to go out there and hurt each other. And she wants to be the boss and he wants to be the boss, but at the same time, he's a simp. So I'm just going to say this. When you fellas select that woman, you stand on what you say as a rock. If you say, hey, baby, I'm going to get you this house, I'm going to get you this car, I'm going to give you the world, stand on what you say as a rock. Then the woman will respect you. But at the same time, reality is reality. We know the economy is whatever. Baby, remember that house I told you I was going to get? It might take a little longer for me to get it. I can get it faster if you would go get a job, but that's up to you. But in the meantime, this is what's happening. Fellas, stand on your word as a rock. A lot of these women get bitter and disappointed for the simple fact that we do not do what it is we say we're going to do. Would you agree with that?
Hello. Hello. No, I mean, I totally agree. I do what you're going to say. And that goes for women too. Do what you say you're going to do, And one thing Alonzo, I'm going to get to your comment because, boy, I tell you, but, we talk about this all the time. Women talk about, you don't hug me for the way I am. It's for better or worse. Well, it's like, baby, you happen to be at your very worst at this point, okay? Now, you didn't put on 50, 11 pounds, and I get it. You had all my babies and stuff, but damn it, you need to put on them tennis shoes, do some push-aways from the table, some push-ups, and hit the sidewalk, because while that is cute in theory, well, we took vows together. He know what he liked to look at. Now your ass is as big as a double wide. Then that's not the way it looked when he got with you. And yeah, time and gravity happens. We're not going to look like we did when we was 20, 21. But wow, don't ever stop working toward that. I'm just say that to the ladies. We should always try to be as visually appealing as possible for ourselves and for our man, because whether we like it or not, men are visual people and they don't want to come home to you with your bonnet on and your funky and your chicken frying dress and you ain't took no bath all day. He don't want to come home to that. And Alonzo, let me just say amen. Okay. So I know men that have 2-year-old children at 64. And I always say there's nothing more sadder than a man that old, unless he's married and he want to just continue having children out there on the child support system. It's like, man, you old as Methuselah paying child support. How'd that happen? Because as Donovan always say, we can have children until we die. True that. So when you get with these women that are, virile and they can produce and y'all treat them like trampolines or whatever, and they say, I'm pregnant. You like, girl, I'm on Social Security. I can't take care of you with no baby. And she like, word. I'm going down to the child support office and see what I could do about that. Because see, if you a 64-year-old man and you just hopping up and down and women, you ain't got no attention in being with them. If you get put on child support, then I say that's what you get. Because you've been here too long, then I know better. So. And then young ladies, if you getting pregnant by a dude that's 64 and you ain't seen him punch no clock, he living in a double wide trailer himself, eating beans and weenies, why would you allow yourself to get knocked up by him? He gonna be dead in 2 years anyway, and you gonna be stuck with the baby. So,
and possibly no benefits. Like I said, ladies, I tell my nieces this all the time. Trust but verify. Yeah, I love him. I love him, Uncle. He's this guy. Okay, well, did you make sure he works where he's saying he's work? Are you making sure all this stuff is going on? Well, no, he told me. It ain't about what he tells you. Trust but verify. Ronald Reagan used to say that all the time. I trust you. I just want to verify that what you're saying is true.
Yeah, and if your friend has the money to pay that's wonderful. But there's a lot of older cats out there being forced to pay child support because he thought it was funny to be having him as my daughter would say, a young woman that's young, hot, and turned. He got him a sassafras, a city girl, a hot girl. He out there at the BFWs. Ooh, Buster, let me tell you about this young one I got, boy. I tell you, yeah, you know, with Gloda, I can give her 2 minutes, but this young thing, she want 2.5 minutes. I just ain't got it in me.
Hey, baby, DFW $2 beers and $6 hamburger meal. Can't beat it.
I've been to the BFW recently in Jacksonville, and let me tell you, the women are still on the prowl. Still wearing cat suits at the age of 50 at the VFW. Because at the VFW, you know, the men's is up there. I said the men's, yes, I did. They up in there with real benefits, right? They got Service Connect. They had like 133%. They getting all that money. So the women, they just dust off the cat suit. You know, it's stretching out a little bit. It didn't look like it did when they was 21 when they had it on the club, but they up at the VFW with the cat suits on trying to catch them old geriatric baller. I was like, well, go ahead then. Go ahead. Easy, you say Oscar performance. And Lady Diane says, I heard old men say that about young women they give attention to. And then they be whining and crying when she put a baby on. She put me a baby on me. No, you put a baby in her. Metamorphosis says, I like my women to cosplay with me in the bedroom, not outside. Yeah, you know, whatever works for y'all in the bedroom, what works for y'all, you know. Only rule I have is don't ask me to do nothing that I can't do back to you. That's the only rules that I have. If you wouldn't want me to do it to you, then don't ask to do it to me.
Hey, real quick. I know this is off subject. I know we're getting ready to go and get out of here, but the brick lady, the lady that lied on men, hates men, but she has children. She has a son or something. Hates men. She went to court April 5th, or no, it was February 5th. And she's due back in court. It was continued. She's going to go back in court. Has anybody heard anything else in regards to this brick lady? Because remember, she was all big balling when she was, oh, a man hit me and men ain't shit and all this other stuff. And the truth comes out. We get all this other stuff. Has anybody heard anything in regards to the brick lady? And again, she's supposed to go back to court next month around the 5th or something like that. So stay tuned for that, you know. And the reason I'm saying that for all men is I'm staying on top of that story because, again, this is an example of certain women influencers, because like I said, it ain't all women. It's just these certain women influencers that are putting this BS in these young women's heads, like all men are dangerous and all this other stuff. I want this woman to get the full weight of the law on her.
Well, she's in Harris County, so that's probably not going to happen. She was out the same day. So, but there's a new DA now and, you know, a new mayor. So maybe, you know, the things are changing. The new mayor definitely want to know why people getting in and out of jail. He said, we're going to stop that. I think there's a whole bunch of cases that the police just shelved and didn't even work on. So, you know, she might be facing the music a lot sooner. Hey, Doe, how you doing? Hope you're doing well. So anyway, we are going to get out of here. We'll be back here Tuesday for our podcast and our live show. What we'll talk about, I do not know, but I love and appreciate every last one of y'all for being here with us for this time. Sunday is one of my favorite days. So let's see. Next Sunday, I'll be here. But the Sunday after that, I won't because that's my birthday. I'll be 23 years old.
You're just going to be sitting at the house. What you talking about? You ain't going nowhere.
Yes, I am. I'm being the streets.
What, El DeBarge is coming into town? What's happening?
You're going to make me cry, okay? El DeBarge will be in Houston. I just won't be in Houston. That's the horrible part. I'm telling you.
Y'all stars don't seem to align.
We're like ships crossing in the night. There's somebody that's hating out there in the universe that don't want us to meet. I don't know. I can't put my finger on it. But yeah, I'll be in Vegas seeing Mariah Carey for the second time in my life. So
my ultimate goal before I die is to see Sade in concert. I had a chance to see her in 91 when she was at San Diego State University, and job, military, BS, bull crap. But I missed it. But that is my ultimate goal, is to see Sade in concert.
Yeah, me too. I would love to see Sade. So maybe one day, now you'll have a wife by then, and I, will be an old maid.
Yeah, but see, I'll meet Sade, and then I'll drop my wife just like that, because Sade's still gonna be fine in her 80s or whatever. So
that's the problem. Okay, listen. The word of the day, fellas: there's never enough of more dingbats. Okay, get you one, settle down, eat the chicken with the broccoli and mashed potatoes, and call it a good life. Okay, that's all I got. See y'all later. Peace.